need. Plus, every new Buick and GMC comes with cutting-edge technology, premium comfort, and advanced safety features so you can drive with confidence.
Already a Buick or GMC owner? Well, keep it running like new with their state-of-the-art service center staffed by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out. Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, it's Tug. The Morning Extra has you covered from 6 to 10, and Kimmer's got you on the ride home.
By the way, for the record, screw the TikTok. Too bad if your children will hate you the rest of your life. It's a Chinese spy agency. Why should we allow it? Duh. My God. I mean, isn't it that simple, really? Even the Chinese will not allow the TikTok app in China. All right, let me say that again. The Communist Chinese Party will not allow TikTok in China.
Balance the scales here. What's worse? The Chinese military owning and operating that and spying on us by using it.
Yeah,
or demonic American popular culture being sent over to China.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, let's see if I can't decide. I just can't decide.
It's a lose-lose, I think.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
We're going to be closing up shop here shortly on Clay and Buck. Great time to remind you of the Clay and Buck Podcast Network. You're like, how do I listen? I listen on the radio. Do I listen to the podcast network? Oh, I've got you covered. Go download the iHeart app to whatever kind of phone you have. iHeart app is fantastic. I use it every day. Super easy, super user-friendly. It's free. You can also do the talkback function on it. Go to that iHeart app and then go to the Clay and Buck page, subscribe, and then you'll get our podcast, which is phenomenal, but also our fantastic podcast hosts like Tudor Dixon, Carol Markowitz, Ryan Gradusky. Great stuff there. Let's take Becky in Florida. Another Florida caller, Clay. Florida representing today. What's up, Becky?
Well, hi. How you doing?
We're good. You're on the radio.
We're great.
Nice to talk to you.
I just wanted to let you guys know I love your show. Years ago, my husband's mother tried to get me switched over out of the Democratic Party because she was a Democrat back in the 40s and 50s. And anyway, she had some dirty tricks played on her when she went to go vote one time, and she switched from Democrat to Republican. So when my husband took me down to Hilton Head to meet her, she said she would call all the time, and she'd go, Mark, and she was from Jersey. Mark, is she a Republican yet? And she tried to get me to switch parties by listening to Glenn Beck back when he used to be on Fox News. And anyway, so I would watch Glenn just to see what...
So why'd you switch? You got 20 seconds.
Well, I just want to tell you, I love y'all's show, that the Democratic Party, they didn't just lose Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, Robert Kennedy Jr. They lost me and a lot of people like me. I'm a Gen Xer that just got fed up with them.
All righty. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton on the front lines of truth.
We're proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA 106.3 app.
If you owe the IRS money or have years of unfiled returns, you'd be crazy to try to deal with the IRS on your own. They can levy your bank account, garnish your paycheck, even have your passport revoked.
There are a lot of tax resolution companies, but don't be fooled by their too-good-to-be-true sales pitches. You need to call the pros at Rush Tax Resolution.
Rush Tax has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and hundreds of outstanding reviews. If you're a business owner, they can help you, too, with delinquent payroll taxes. Get protected from the IRS today and call Rush Tax now at 800-217-3715 for a free upfront transcript investigation.
Our friends at Rush Tax can protect you and your business today. Put an end to your tax nightmare for good. Call now for a free IRS transcript investigation. Rush will let you know upfront and for free if they can help. and they'll only take your case if they know they can help. 800-217-3715. That's 800-217-3715 or rushtaxresolution.com.
I'm going to let you in on a little wireless hack that can cut your cell phone bill in half. Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile have convinced you need unlimited data. Fact is, most people don't. Pure Talk only charges $25 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data plus hotspot. Stop overpaying for wireless. Dial pound 250 and say switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Attention all patriots, this is your moment to claim your free Trump knife, a limited edition masterpiece that stands as bold and strong as America itself. That's right, free. Just pay a small shipping and handling fee. This isn't just any knife. This is a razor-sharp, precision-engineered, laser-etched symbol of American pride, displayed as a daily reminder of our nation's greatness. This knife is built to inspire and impress, but supplies are extremely limited and demand is off the charts. When they're gone forever. Don't wait another second. Visit Trump Knife 47.
Hey, if you're tired of paying more for health insurance on your mortgage, it's the Kimmer. I got great news. Say goodbye to the Unaffordable Care Act. The big guy's back on the saddle. Giddy up, go for Trump Care. Plans available right now, all year, starting now. $0 deductibles, premium savings 60% less. How about that? Top-rated coverage, individuals, families, small business. Call my guy, Steven, 678-523-0759. Switch today or visit healthinsurancedoctor.net. 2025 is a great year with Trump Care. PPO, don't wait. Healthinsurancedoctor.net.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
PMSNBC went on the air with a little sign that said, "Convicted felon sworn in as president for the first time in history." That's the reason the Kimmer and Tug and the gang have more listeners here than MSNBC has viewers.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
A debate on the Trump agenda heats up on Lisa Brady, Fox News. Democrats calling the government efficiency part, led by Elon Musk, a sham that's not focusing on real government waste.
What House Republicans and the Trump-Musk administration want to do is they want to look into your kids' lunch money, your kids' teacher's salary, into your grandparents' Social Security. They want to take that money and give it out in billionaire tax cuts.
Texas Democratic Congressman Greg Casar at the first hearing of a House DOJ subcommittee. Missouri Republican Congressman Eric Burleson.
We're trying to save your pensions. We're trying to save your bank accounts. We're trying to save this country for the next generation, and it would be nice if we had help.
The Trump administration says judges are provoking a constitutional crisis.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says federal judges blocking President Trump's executive orders are acting as judicial activists.
Quick news flash to these liberal judges who are supporting their obstructionist efforts. 77 million Americans voted to elect this president.
Leavitt says the temporary injunctions are a continuation of what she calls a weaponization of justice against President Trump. The president says he will comply with court rulings, but will appeal the decisions.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The president holding a lengthy call with Russia's president and then Ukraine's president, hoping to begin negotiations on ending the war in Ukraine.
The Trump-Putin phone call lasted over an hour, and it resulted in a plan for a meeting in Munich on Friday. Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio are going to meet with Ukraine's Zelensky. President Trump is also saying that as these peace talks begin, he wants the CIA Director John Ratcliffe, the NSA Mike Waltz, and the Special Envoy Steve Witkoff all at the table.
Fox's Peter Ducey. Some allies expressing concern, though. A French official says when to negotiate should be up to Ukraine. America is listening to Fox News.
How well do you sleep at night? I mean, real peace of mind comes from knowing your family is prepared for tough times, that you've done all that you can do, and the rest is up to the Lord. My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness, is offering a limited time discount on their supersized mega 3-month emergency food kit. This is not your typical survival food. Each kit provides over 2,500 calories daily for 90 days. Delicious meals and extras, including chicken, beef, fruits, and vegetables. These are high quality meals that last up to 25 years in storage and still taste like they're home cooked. The pandemic taught us how quickly store shelves can empty. Don't wait for the next crisis. Your Mega Emergency Food Kit includes free shipping, a disaster replacement warranty, and 24/7 U.S.-based support. This special discount is available for this week only. Visit mypatriotsupply.com and secure your family's future with a $250 discount. If you order by 3, they'll ship your order within the same day, so you'll have peace of mind right away. Go to mypatriotsupply.com.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls, Mr. Almost Newlywed. It's Flounder, and it's Hump Day, baby. How's it going? What a day. Cold, drizzly, rainy, floody. And, as typical, about a third of the drivers don't have their headlights on. About 20% have their high beams on in the daylight, which they think does. I mean, but that's just as annoying, by the way, please. I mean, seriously. Oh, my God.
Start happy. Start happy today.
I know. Anyway, so here we go. So we're all in it. It's Hump Day. We're going to be fine. It's still freaking February. And by the way, I've been very lax in my yearly tribute to Black History Month. And so I'm going to try to make up for that a little bit occasionally today. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Pete Davis, Mountains of Macon. Any water yet issues, or what's going on up there?
Oh, yeah, there's plenty outside.
Outside issue. Now the inside area where you want to have a pipe with water coming out, and there's no. All right, so that, again, that's, and the reason I don't... Okay.
Can't get into it right now.
Well, you can't really get into the pipe thing. You know, got that well thing going there. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad that was good.
There's reasons.
Reasons why you can't. I feel a lawsuit coming. 304. Anyway, Flounder, what's new with you and Miss Veronica, sir? It's the prenuptial wedding approaches.
Just getting closer to the date.
Yeah.
Ready for it to be here.
I'm excited.
Sure, I'm ready for it to be here now, boy. It's almost right there. I've been practicing my lines in case some girl wants to flirt with me, too, at the party. You know, I call it a party at the wedding. I don't know. I'm thinking out, what if some guy, some divorcee or something is there with her girlfriend or something, and she's flirting with you or something, and then, wants to make sure I'm still a vibrant, thing like that. I say, that's right, you and me, baby, be the most exciting 45 seconds of your life. I can tell you that right now. Hey, I don't know, something like that. I don't know, what kind of break the ice, maybe? I don't know. Hey, honey, leave your stuff. Get your bag. I'll take care of everything. Let's go. Stuff like that. Anyway, 305. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got to, I will talk. In fact, we do have a lot of kind of fun stuff. Dog show. How about a sex day off at work? Instead of getting perks at work, like a parking space or free lunches or stuff like that, that you get a day where you get to have sex with people. Apparently at work, there's a new survey. There's a new thing. That could be the new modern. Oh God! I mean,
will they bring people in?
I don't know. I think you can arrange, and now they do surveys. And by the way, they did a survey of how many people have been intimate in the workplace, and the numbers to me seem very low. Yeah, I mean, I think people are lying. I think it's way higher than what people are admitting to.
There's a dark studio at 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. It's been christened.
Trust me. In fact, boy, if I got... Well, no, never mind. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I'm not going to be able to
couches
work.
And bosses' offices, too. They don't know.
They should when they walk in, but it's kind of... Anyway. No, seriously, 306. All right, here we go. 404-741-1230. You got fun stuff and good stuff, and the lawyer at the wedding who got mad because 2 girls cut in line. He got in a fight, started the whole wedding fight. Anyway, all that stuff to us. Prince Andrew, just a whole bit of things. Hollywood turning on that Nazi idiot. I really almost hate talking about it, but we will. And but the big stuff is coming up on Musk. And by the way, if there are hearings going live, we'll cut into them. I listened to some this morning. It was outstanding, of Marjorie Taylor Greene and those freaking Democrat lying skanks. Did you hear the guy in the 3 o'clock news, the Democrats saying, the billionaires are out to get your children's lunch money. They want your grandmother's $65 a day at Social Security. I mean, you dirty
It's teacher salaries. The feds don't pay for teacher salaries.
all of
That's a
it's
blatant lie.
Everything, they're not going after children's lunch money. What are they? I mean, just saying it out loud is enough to, get, anyway, we'll get to it. First of all, and by the way, this is not a happy note, but I did want to acknowledge it because I kind of went through part of it today on the way to work of a tribute area in Roswell. The slain police officer, again, a horrible story. You don't hear about it happening in the local area near us very often. 24-year-old Jeremy Labont murdered, shot in the parking lot on Market Boulevard in a shopping complex the other day. His funeral is right now at the Roswell United Methodist Church. There was a public procession at the Lebanon Baptist Church along Crabapple Road, Canton Street, Atlanta Street, Mimosa Boulevard, which is where I was coming through earlier today on the way to work. And again, horrible. I mean, 24 years old. Good grief. There's no such thing as a routine police call. When people start complaining about cops, well, he pulled me over and gave me a ticket. Yeah, well, thank God he didn't do. I mean, it's just horrible, just horrible. So anyway, I just wanted to pay tribute again. 24-year-old Jeremy Labont, and bless you, sir, for your service, and peace, I hope. 309. Here's a happier note as we begin the actual program here today. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. I forgot. There's so much going on, and last night I was a nightmare and doing stuff and doing political things and everything. And I forgot that the final night of the Westminster Dog Show was on, and in my life I've never missed that. I tape every minute of it every year. I never miss any of it, and for some reason I don't know why. Maybe when they had I guess over COVID they stopped. I forgot something happened. I don't know what happened, but I suddenly lost I would never have missed the Westminster Dog Show, and I don't know why I did. And so I used to make a joke because every stinking time the winner, some little diddly little terrier, or some little 8-pound freaking screaming Chihuahua mixer. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, last night the winner, best in show, is a dog named Monty, and he is a giant schnauzer. Now, giant schnauzers are giant. In fact, schnauzer-looking dogs, kind of like poodly-looking schnauzer dogs, and they're big, and they're funny, and they're happy, and they're very smart, and they're kind of like poodles. They're big giant poodles, or it can be like that. Anyway, so congratulations. It was a big dog won. It was the first time. Let's see. I'm gonna get the right thing. This dog had been to the show representing the working group 3 times in a row. This time he not only represented the working group, he won the whole damn thing. Let's see. It was the first time the working group won in 21 years. Runner-up was Bourbon, the Whippet. Again, the Whippet, a little teeny little miniature greyhound type looking thing in the hound group. And other finalists were the Bichon Frise, the little white puppy dog, teeny dog, non-sporting. German Shepherd got the herding group win. A Shih Tzu was a toy group. Skye Terrier, the terrier group. And English Spaniel was in there. Anyway, so congratulations to Monte, the giant schnauzer.
Giant schnauzer. It was basically a war dog in the World War.
Oh, they were tough. They absolutely. They were like German Shepherds and Belinois. I can't say the name now for some
Belgian
reason.
Malinois.
Belgian Malinois. Yeah, things like that. Very hard-working dogs and tough dogs. And my bull mastiff Harley was. Anyway, I missed that big old goof. 311. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Okay, let's see. What do we got? 404-741-1230. We have Pete's tweets. We have we have a game coming up here. Flounder's funnies. Also, a couple things. I was coming into work today, pouring down rain, and I noticed. And I put a little thing on Facebook and YouTube, Kimmer Show page too. And I felt kind of bad. There one school bus after another lined up from Forsyth County schools, kids. Everywhere in a line waiting to go in to take a tour of the stadium in the pouring down rain. And I thought, well, they're not going to be running around the outfield or anything. I'm sure they still had fun and it was a thing. But how'd you like to, for the first time only time in your life, maybe you get to go to a big league ballpark as part of a school trip and it's pouring down rain and flooding and everything. And so I felt kind of bad for them. But I'll bet they had a good time. So I've tried to take a light note about it.
Hey, they're out of school. It's a field trip.
Well, there you are. Field trips. I'm glad to see they still do field trips. I have no idea what's going on in public schools.
Fernbank Science Center every year.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the last time where we went on a school trip. I don't have. Oh my God! Well, 70 years ago. Well, no, that's where I lost my virginity.
Yeah, I know.
In a Mustang. Convertible. Oh, mercy. Oh, another thing I put on you.
I know her. I swear.
I also put on Facebook. What the hell? The story. The Ringling Brothers Circus is in town.
Really?
They're coming Friday at the State Farm Arena, and they're doing a whole bunch of shows. And the thing, and the story is, I mean, they're back after COVID. They stopped and they revamped. No more animals.
No
more animals. Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus, and they do like a clown acts, and they have high wire things and stuff like that. And they're going to have. Like a motorcycle ride around thing. Reminds me of when I was growing up as a kid, the old fireman's muster. The carnivals come to town, and they would have a guy in a steel cage riding a motorcycle sideways. If you go fast enough, you won't fall. And that was always the big highlight of the guy on the motorcycle. And I think that's what the Barnum Bailey Circus doing. Anyway, reason I mentioned it, because on Facebook, I took pictures of me when my daughter Jennifer and our next door neighbor, little baby Trip, where we took them to I was in the Barnum and Bailey Circus. They made me up as a clown to be part of the clown show, and when I went to get Jennifer to hold her to put her, she was scared to death. And I put the video of the picture of the two of them back when I was a clown in the Ringling Brothers. And I was also in Ice Capades. This is back like 1972.
Oh, I bet you were tutus.
And I had to dribble a basketball skating in a race on ice skates, dribbling a basketball on the ice at the Ice Capades, and I won because I used to play hockey, for God's sakes. Anyway, 3:14. Sorry, Flounder, I'm late. I'll stop talking. Keep repeating, Flounder. And here we go. Let's go. And it's freaking Wednesday. I don't know. Look out.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Executive orders. You know, he's the boss of the executive branch. He gets to set the parameters on how they do their job. I like the one about declaring a national emergency along our southern border. How many Americans have died because of the Biden policies on our southern border? I love that he said, as of today, the official policy of the U.S. government will be that there are two genders, male and female. And DEI programs in the executive branch, they are gone. Not happy about the executive orders pardoning the January 6 rioters, but what you gonna do? It's going to be a fun 4 years.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
And Donald Trump's done it again. He's fired some more people, and they're talking about the hearings. I mean, we got a whole bunch of that stuff here coming up. And boy, it's enough as a news guy and a talk show guy, it's certainly enough to keep you smiling. Just like Dina Giesler, my official Kimmer dentist. Yes, it's true. Dina Giesler. I'm going back now. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, as I mentioned, my Atlanta Smiles is the name of her dental office, actually, AtlantaSmiles.com. I went to her 30 years ago. First time been doing work for me for years and years. We've got cleaning and gum things and bridges and crowns and stuff like that. And now I got this little thing down here on the floor. I took a little thing with the finger. So she had me, I was in there the other day, and they made up a thing that's coming in the next couple of days with AI. I mean, that's how modern technology is. Back in the old days when I was a kid as a baby boomer, we never even got Novocaine when we got our teeth filled. When they did the drilling, we never had Novocaine. I mean, boy, the difference is now they really take care of you. Atlanta Smiles, the happiest dentist office you've ever seen. Again, I call them my Kimmer babes. There's a guy there too. But these women, they're like wonderful nurses. They are so nurturing. They take care of you. You feel great. Everything is perfect. They're happy with what they do. They love America. They're always smiling, and they have a little doggy, Dr. Dina's little puppy doggy, and she'll take a nap in your lap if you want to, if you're lucky enough when you're getting your teeth done. It just makes everything better. It's true. Dr. Dina, former master dentist in the Navy, and veterans get 10% right off the top. You just call them when you call. They'll take care of business. Honestly, you'll love this place. I can't say enough about them. And get the doggy and the gas, too. Here's number 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting for you. AtlantaSmiles.com.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank you for trusting them with your heating and air conditioning and home performance needs by throwing the 28th Annual Winter White Sale going on right now through the end of February. And you can save up to $2,000 because with carrier rebates, the best in the business, working with the best in the business at Central, you're guaranteed to get the best deals possible. And why is Central Heating and Air Conditioning the best? Well, they're one of the few locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house health and possibly your family's health with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speeds, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air's 28th Annual Winter White Sale goes through the end of February, so check them out online at centralheat.com or call them at 770-GET-HEAT and turn to your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They're locally owned and operated, and you can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's truprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. Have you started thinking of spring? Well, now's the time to start planning what you're going to need for the season. And the biggest thing you'll need is your own Echo power equipment. Reliable, professional, and tough. Echo keeps you going all year round, no matter the project. When's the best time to get an Echo tool? During Howard Brothers' annual Gear Up sale on March 5th. It's the day to get geared up for spring. Plan your spring the right way with Echo tools from Howard Brothers.
Hi, this is Bruce Hagen.
And this is Matt Hagen.
And at Hagen Law, family matters.
We're not just lawyers. We're a father and son team committed to providing personalized legal representation for our clients.
And it's important to me that we are a family-run business. If you've been in an accident or injured, make us your first call. We treat every case with the care and attention it deserves.
With over 50 years' experience of helping people, we are here to guide you every step of the way through your personal injury case.
Hagen Law is a family firm where family matters, and we're going to treat you like your family.
You can find everything you need to know at hagen-law.com.
This guy got a locomotive named after him. Joe Strummer. It was 2005. The Class 47 locomotive 47828 was named after Clash frontman Joe Strummer in Bristol, not Connecticut, of course, so. The diesel train owned by Cotswold Rail was named after the singer-guitar picker who died when he was 50 years old in 2002. Clash. Got himself a locomotive. Phone calls take priority. Kara, Pete, and Flounder. Look out, it's Jeff from Canada. Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Welcome aboard, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great, my friend. What's going on? What do you think?
Well, we planned on being in Atlanta right about now.
Yeah.
But, the weather beat the crap out of it.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. In fact, there are places like up north that are really getting pounded. So, now are you still in Canada, or are you here in America at all?
We're in Powdersville, South Carolina.
Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry. That's how close. But the rain was unbelievable.
Oh,
we're on our way to Montgomery, Alabama, to see my wife's 90-year-old uncle tomorrow.
Outstanding.
Retired Air Force officer.
Oh, wow. I bet he saw some stuff. 90 years old? Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, and but we're going through Atlanta. I have your bacon in the freezer at the hotel right now.
Oh my!
And I'm going to drop. I got one for each one of you guys, and I got one for Tug on the morning show.
Oh, I'll be darned. Well, if we can help you work this out, I'm offering help. I may not be able to do, but whatever. If we can help you figure this out, we'd be happy to. I don't know what to do.
I figured out where your studios are. You guys are right across in the ballpark.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely. Yep, right across the street.
We're probably going to be in Atlanta around 9 a.m. And I got you a bottle of a very special bottle of smoked maple syrup.
Oh, the real
like
stuff.
pancakes.
The real stuff. Yeah, sweet.
The real stuff. So, is it okay if we just drop it off with the morning guys?
Oh, sure,
Like,
absolutely.
make sure they don't eat it all.
Heck yeah. And make sure you get get a video and a selfie. Make sure they take some stuff. Yeah, they'll never give it to us, but at least get some evidence that you were here. They'll take some selfies. They'll put you on the radio. I guarantee it. If you're here before 10, they'll love to talk to you. I guarantee they would love to have you in the studio.
Well, send them a text or something that you're expecting a special delivery from Canada or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in fact, Flounder. Well, let's make a note. We'll tell the like Morning Joe and stuff. And now are you talking about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning. Okay, so they should look out tomorrow morning, sometime in the morning. And I'm not sure I will work this out, but we'll try to figure out something. But that'd be great. They love it. Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, because you guys have a freezer there. They can keep it over to the afternoon for you guys, right?
Absolutely. Definitely, absolutely.
Well, we were looking forward to meeting you, me and my wife, because we listen to you all the time. So.
Well, this is a treat. Thank you, Jeff. Be careful out there. Again, don't do anything to put you in jeopardy with this weather going on. But again, thank you so much. Whether we actually see you or not, we'll enjoy that ham. I mean, Canadian bacon and the actual syrup. Thank you, Jeff.
I'll call you next week and tell you how to cook it.
Please do. I'll look forward to it, man. Have a great trip, and aim high to your 90-year-old grandpa there too. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, man. Well, what a nice thing. 323. And again, now I assume I think they listen. And they may know that they're going to they'll love this because they talk to him all the time. They started talking to Jeff in the morning, I think, before he started calling us too. So that's good. That's great. Okay, birthday thing here. In fact, I do want to do a little quick history thing, but this was a fairly interesting on this day. Kim, repeat and Flounder, 323-404-741-1230. And it was on this very day that General James Oglethorpe in 1733 lands at present-day Savannah, naming the new colony he was going to call it Georgie McGeorgiaface. And it's unbelievable. He had the guy with the quill pen and the parchment paper standing by to get his first official proclamation. And as James Oglethorpe stepped on the land, he took one step and started proclaiming, "I name this George." And he stepped on a thorn and went, Georgia it is. And that is the true story of how Georgia got its name. From General James Oglethorpe, 1733, my friends. They
did not teach us that in Georgia history class.
Social studies is not what it used to be. I know that. 404-741-1230. Kim, repeat and Flounder, how's it going? Okay. I got my phone thing here. We had a late thing breaking on the phone, so now I have to use my phone for the late breaking news stories. Hold on, I got it right here. Trump. Here we go. I did a little headline and everything. So I even wrote up a little headline with my ink. Wrote up a little piece of paper that says, so I could put it in my stack. So now I can look at my phone. Swipe right. Donald Trump firing USAID's top watchdog. Here we go again. He had fired people the other day. Well, now Paul Martin served as the Inspector General for 2 years, informed by the official that his termination is effective immediately. They won't comment about it after his office criticized Donald Trump, calling to freeze USAID funds. The watchdog's office said they pushed to dismantle USAID, cripple the agency's ability to unspent aid worth $8 billion. One of his departure came as the record showed that they shelled out thousands to an American-born jihadist who went to Colorado State University, where my daughter Jennifer learned to do drugs, an education that he helped to use to recruit and groom terrorists for attacks on U.S. soil. And we paid for it. The documents show that he lied on his application, claiming he was born in Yemen. He was actually born in New Mexico. And he got like $30,000 for that funding, going on to earn a bachelor's degree, civil engineering, taught at Islam at mosques across the country. He was radicalized, recruited terrorists, and of course he was sponsored by the U.S. aid program. Golly. By the way, President Barack Hussein Putitat ordered him killed in a U.S. airstrike in Yemen in 2011. This is while Donald Trump is making sure we understand this agency is corrupt. And by the way, I watched part of the hearing this morning. Marjorie Taylor Greene opening up the hearing on Doge and trying to save the money. And I'm telling you, I've never heard such vicious, nasty lies in my life. You may have heard the 3 o'clock news, and it may come on through the afternoon, where these Democrats are saying that in fact, this girl Crockett, brother, I got the thing right here with a Crockett here. Where is it? Here we go. The Doge Committee. Marjorie Taylor Greene, this Jasmine Crockett from Texas, this a black chick with the zebra glasses, is trying to clarify to the American people why Doge is illegal, and Elon Musk has no official role to do this. Even though she said he's an unelected billionaire, and I never thought I would see an unelected billionaire occupy the Oval Office. She said Musk was occupying the Oval Office. Occupy Wall Street. I mean, this is unbelievable, these people.
You know who else was unelected?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris as the
Exactly.
Democratic nominee for president.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's unbelievable. And they actually were saying that the Musk people are going after the lunch money from their children. And they also said Elon Musk is not going after his own company. He got money from federal government, and he's not investigating himself. Again, they're not. I mean, they're doing every possible excuse in the book. And of course, at the podium, the White House press secretary has made it plain. Again, they're doing everything in the open out there. She says the real constitutional crisis today is taking place in the judicial branch. Liberal judges in districts across the country are abusing their power, quote, to unilaterally block President Trump's basic executive authority. The authority set in by law as activists go judge shopping. They look for a judge in Seattle they pick a place, they get a liberal judge, and the judge says, well, I'm going to invoke this national freeze action. And the problem is it's for the whole nation. It's for the whole government to not be able to do it. And they're trying to change that. But it's just, here we go. I mean, these committees occupying the Oval Office. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. And we're still winning. I mean, the conservatives care about our stinking country, what the Democrats would say. Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed. Director of National Intelligence. They made a big deal about it. And of course, the lone Republican, Mitch McConnell, voted against Gabbard's appointment to the role. He was the lone Republican to vote no. The former Republican leader, the vote was 52-48 to confirm.
Did someone take care of him, like put him in a wheelchair and ship him back to Kentucky?
In fact,
and just force him out.
In fact, I know you got Pete's tweets coming up here, but I also kept track of some of the Babylon Bee headlines, and one of the funniest ones I've ever seen is a picture of Mitch McConnell, and it says, ailing McConnell carried into the Senate by 6 pallbearers. Into the Senate. I mean, he's an old coot. How can he keep getting away with this? And again, they say, well, if he would resign, they could appoint another guy. That's the danger because there might be it's a nightmare. And how can he possibly explain, as the only Republican, that she is that much of a danger to America?
Trump carried Kentucky by what, 30%, something like that?
I don't understand.
And this sucker is telling all the Kentucky voters, I'm smarter than you. What you voted for, you're not getting.
Right. I don't understand how.
Well, he's corrupt. Obviously, he's got some money going. Something's going. Him and his wife.
The China wife. His wife is Chinese and was linked to the Communist Party fundraising stuff for decades.
Start investigating them, Elon. Yeah, go into some of these rhinos and see because they're just as bad as the Democrats.
Oh my God. Anyway, 3:30. Holy cow! Kevin Pete and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 1230. Hump Day Wednesday, and Donald Trump's going to end the war. And the guy came back. We got things and we got stuff, and the Democrats, oh my Lord, we're going to sing along with the Democrats, chanting and idiots in a minute here. Kevin Pete and Flounder right here.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
PMSNBC went on the air with a little sign that said, convicted felon sworn in as president for the first time in history. That's the reason the Kimmer and Tug and the gang have more listeners here than MSNBC has viewers.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
You know, it reminded me, I was mentioning I put a little Facebook video of a picture when I was dressed up, and they let me in the Ringling Brothers as a clown in the circus, and my daughter Jennifer and her little friend Trip, the neighbor. Anyway, it was kind of reminds me of stuff like that, you know, pictures and videos and scrapbooks and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you take care of. That's where Atlanta Safe House comes in, Atlanta Safe House. And again, when I had those two big gun safes, you know, and by the way, I too, they were totally different because they can arrange the inside of a safe any way you want it, really. In fact, when you go up there, really, if you're in the area, it's on Industrial Boulevard in Ackworth, Atlanta Safe House in Ackworth. And they have like almost 200 safes right there that you can look at. And you can tell them, well, I need a little shelf here. How about a thing over here? Whatever you want. I mean, they'll take care of you, honestly. And they're all shapes and sizes. And there's always sales and rebates. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. Pistol safes, gun safes, jewelry safes, high security safes. They can build you a vault door. They can build you a family storm shelter. And by the way, Atlanta Safe House also does rentals. If you're having, for example, a big wedding party, and maybe it's going to take a couple of days at a place and you want to keep stuff safe, they will rent you a safe. They do events. They do conventions. They repair safes, take care of your safes, change the locks, master reset codes. And by the way, they're not giving that to anybody. They're taking care of you. These Jeff and Mark and these guys, these are true American patriots who love their country and what we freaking stand for, so they're going to protect your stuff as well as your rights. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Shake a howdy up, Atlanta Safe House, and on the web, atlantasafehouse.com.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com. Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
There we go. Doors. Former Doors drummer John Densmore sued a couple of his buddies in the Doors, Ray Manzarek, Robbie Krieger, there it is. Breach of contract. 2009. He said they broke his contract, trademark infringement, unfair competition, because the band had reformed with ex-Cult singer Ian Ashbury and former Police drummer Stuart Copeland. So John Densmore sued, saying it shouldn't be called the Doors if it's someone other than Jim Morrison singing. So there you go. Gee, I hate to have a fight against the Doors. I wonder if you could just change the note of everything you've ever sang a songs like... Oh, sorry. Our birthday list includes a naughty little Christina Ricci. I got a picture of her on my phone. No, I don't. Christina Ricci. No. Oh, God.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
I know. But there was a
Did not
time...
age well.
There was a time when all of a sudden there was a picture of her in a little teeny little party dress, like a little spaghetti strap, little silvery, slimmery dress, little spaghetti straps, and thigh high, mid-thigh kind of deal, and a little teeny little high heel sandals. And she looked like a Tinkerbell fairy nymph goddess. I mean, she was just so beautiful.
Early 20s. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, Christina Ricci, who was Wednesday Addams before Jenna Ortega and Misty on the show Yellow Jackets. And by the way, that came back. It's coming back, and I just recorded all the original ones. They just had a marathon, and I put those are all on my DVR. Anyway, Christina Ricci is 45 years old today. And so I guess she's coming back to the new Yellow Jackets. So we'll see. Let's see, 3:37, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and a little thing. Oh, speaking of TV shows, which I used to watch and used to dress up as, 1938, Superman first appeared in Action Comics #1. 1939, Superman was a newspaper comic strip. On this day in 1940, The Adventures of Superman aired on the radio for the first time, sponsored by Kellogg's Pep. The 15-minute-long serial ran 3 to 5 times a week in 1940 on the radio. Oh, God, do you remember the name Bud Collyer? He was a TV host years ago. Bud Collyer wore a bow tie, played the Man of Steel, but nobody knew who the voice of Superman really was. It was a secret until 1946 when he was used to promote racial and religious tolerance. The actor did an interview with Time magazine, Bud Collyer, talking about it, and the cat was out of the bag. Reruns were not heard of back then, so special stories where Superman was incapacitated were used. In some cases, the stories were taken over by Batman and Robin. The series on the radio ended in 1951 after 2,088 original episodes had aired. And Bud Collyer, I think I've Got a Secret, I think he might have been the host of that, or glasses and a bow tie, I think. Anyway, Bud Collyer. Oh, my God. Sorry. 3:38, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230. Donald Trump is doing negotiations with Putin. He's going to end the war. He started talking. It was a 90-minute phone call today, laid the groundwork for his historic summits in both Moscow and America. That'd be interesting if Putin shows up over here. The two leaders agreed it's got to stop. Trump says we want to end the millions of deaths taking place in the war. Use some common sense, work together closely in visiting each other's nations. By the way, also today, Donald Trump's administration said it was ending all American aid to Ukraine. Wow and double wow. It puts pressure on Europe. You know, they're over there. They keep talking about whether Ukraine should be in NATO. How about Europe showing up to maybe so they don't get so scared of what's going to happen to Poland next, or it's the old here we go, the old domino theory. That's what they got us into Vietnam. Well, if Saigon falls, whole Southeast Asia's gone, and then Thailand, and that's why you have to go bomb Cambodia and all. I mean, it's the old domino theory, and it's been a thing that was in this country for 60 years.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah.
Why are we still in NATO?
Well, again, Donald Trump is, basically saying, something better changed because he did this before and he started forking out the money. Nowadays, we're still getting screwed. And I was thinking about this, in fact, driving in. They were talking about this on the radio. One of the reasons we keep getting screwed about this and getting on an uneven thing is because we were the big boys on the block. We became the big bully of the world after World War II. We stopped World War II. We ended World War II. And since then, we've taken over everything. We rebuilt Europe. We made sure Japan never fielded another army of trouble. Germany never fielded another army of trouble. I mean, geez. And the whole world's changed, and we're number one. And so that's why they look at us. They're saying, they're relying on us because we allowed them to rely on us.
We ensured global shipping, which is what the global economy thrived under, which we're pulling back from that now, justifiably so manufacturing can come back to America. Yep. And you know why Europe was able to have this social security net from cradle to grave with their socialism and everything? Because we paid for their defense for 70 freaking years.
In Ukraine, we're paying for teacher salaries. The budget money for Ukraine, we were paying for the retirement benefits, for the police agencies, for teachers and class. We were paying for their social services.
None of our business.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, and again, Donald Trump. And at some point, Ukraine, and I don't know anything about the history of Ukraine. I know that there were territories of what, I forgot what they call their geographical sections, but there were provinces, wanted to remain Russian, and the influence of Crimea. I mean, there's a whole history of this stuff, and I really don't know. They keep saying that the people in certain parts of Ukraine still identify as Russians, so there wouldn't be a big deal if they suddenly said, well, okay, now we're Russia and nobody should care.
Well, that was Hitler's excuse to go into the Sudetenland,
exactly.
too.
Yeah, and Neville Chamberlain said, Hitler's not that bad. What could go wrong? And so again, I don't know where we stand. I don't know what's going to have to go, but something's got to stop. Or, they're going to be forced to do something, and Europe's going to have to start doing something. And when they start, having tanks run into Poland, my guess is that there, something else.
It's all over
change.
if that happens, because the Polish will fight back, and we will have to back the Poles, which we should.
Lens Walensky or all those guys, Walenska, with all those guys who are
that's
coming
when the
back
Russians
in spirit.
should be reduced to like 3,000 member tribe.
Yeah.
If they pull that stunt. Which, by the way, if they do win in Ukraine, if they totally take Ukraine, that would be the next step is Poland, because that's the two reasons they're doing it. There are two historical invasion routes into Russia. One's through Poland, one's through Ukraine, and that's why the Russians are attacking Ukraine to get hold of that.
Because they know Poland's not going to roll over. Yeah.
And then next, they would have to be nukes if they wanted to beat Poland, and all hell would break loose.
Well, I can't imagine any scenario with Donald Trump as president that would allow Putin to take Ukraine.
Well, no, not all of it. What they're going to do is cede the eastern half, probably, or at least a big chunk of it. They're not getting back the Crimea. It's never going to go back to Ukraine.
So anyway, so we got that going for us. And again, of course, Donald Trump got that teacher back home, the Mark Fogel. And he promised his 90-year-old mother, that he would get him back. Or 95-year-old, I think she is. And sure enough, he kept his promise, and everybody's happy. They had him at the White House last night, a little ceremony, and flew into Washington after he got the plea deal. And let's see, he had lived for years in Russia, and he was arrested when he had some prescribed medical marijuana from the United States. And so it wasn't like he was being called a spy or something, and he was sentenced to 12 or 14 years at hard labor, and of course he was there for years. And that stupid male girl basketball player was there for a few months and couldn't stand, and they got her released because that was more of a gender thing and a LGBTQ thing.
Woke.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why Biden left this guy behind, and he got that freaking tranny who was a drug dealer, smuggling drugs into Russia.
And traded a mass murderer, basically, an arms dealer.
Yeah, that's right. That was a major arms dealer who got in exchange for her. And by the way, she knowingly was bringing drugs into the country. This guy was under medical, prescription stuff.
Allegedly.
Yeah, something like this. Anyway, I don't know. So anyway, you got that going for us, so that's nice. 3:45. Oh, also, let's do this just for fun. The Democrats, oh my God, if you haven't heard it, it's worth doing. This is just for fun. The political observers, even all the left people, all the guys on the late night shows are finally saying, you Democrats, you idiot, this party's in a shambles. What is your message? What do you stand for? Everything they resonate is actually Americans stand for everything except what you stand for. And if you didn't hear it, here's the way the Democrats are trying to unite, which is more like trying to untie as they went to a rally in Washington yesterday, Flounder. Here are the Democrats trying to pretend they're all together, chanting about their new song to take over America again. Flounder.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
The side of your own.
Which side are you on?
Oh boy, this is if I would punch you in the face.
Which side are you on?
Hit you in the
we'll
nose.
fight against George.
What?
We'll fight Elon Musk.
Fighting.
Let's get within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk.
Oh, sir. And now here we go.
All together now.
There we go. Stand by.
Which side are you on?
Democrats. Oh.
Which side
Oh my
are you
God.
on?
I mean, stop. Trump is a guy, and they don't know what she's singing. They're all saying she's young. Oh my Lord! If that isn't it in a nut, that's the Democrat Party.
Insane.
Oh, in fact, just as we go, Clay, before I was talking in Chicago at the University of Chicago last night at this liberal rally thing, and he asked a question to the girls in the audience: "Who's the most masculine Democrat you know?" And he said, "Buttigieg," and they said, "What is that, a gay joke?" And he said, "No, I'm serious. I mean, boom, there's another example. They don't even have a guy to look at." Oh Lord, guys, 346. Can repeat and flounder. Oh my God.
The first 100 days of President Trump's second term will move fast. And with changes coming down every day, count on Atlanta's conservative voice to bring you the latest updates without the mainstream spin. The Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show. Our huge lineup has you covered from your drive in to your drive home. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA app.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mike Plant, President and CEO of the Braves Development Company.
I think back about 2003 when I started with the Braves and just knew we had to create a destination that people wanted to come to year-round. We had a blank canvas, and I think we had a pretty good feel for what would be a year-round destination, mixed-use development, lifestyle center, all those. Fortunately, we have this incredible relationship long-term with Georgia Power. Right away, they saw our vision, they got our vision, they understood it, and they knew they needed to be a big part of that. They are leaders as far as being part of this community. We don't have power, we don't have life, So, they've been a great partner of ours, and they're there with us every step of the way.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. The civilian world can be confusing, and veterans do not need to journey through it alone. When you reach out to the Warrior Alliance, we will guide you to the best-in-class resources that can lead you toward renewed purpose after serving our nation. Find out why thousands of warriors have found success after service after engaging with the Warrior Alliance. For assistance, go to thewarrioralliance.org or call 404-210-1776.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turfco to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turfco was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turfco to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
See website for details. BillsApp.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
Bills Happen is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happens lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to billshappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
Looking for the perfect car, truck, or SUV? Jim Ellis Buick GMC has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, finding the right fit is easy.
Whether it's a Buick Enclave or Envision, a GMC Acadia or Yukon, or the power of the Sierra and Canyon trucks, and the best part, you're never alone in the process.
Their expert sales team helps match you with the right vehicle, while their finance specialists make buying simple and stress-free.
With decades of experience, Jim Ellis Buick GMC understands the importance of offering an expansive inventory that fits every driving performance, style, and budget need. Plus, every new Buick and GMC comes with cutting-edge technology, premium comfort, and advanced safety features so you can drive with confidence.
Already a Buick or GMC owner? Well, keep it running like new with their state-of-the-art service center staffed by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out. Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the Perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Uh-oh. Look out.
I put a spell on you.
That's what hell got. I knew it. I knew there was something. What do you mean you put a spell on?
Because you're mine.
No, I don't think you got the right guy here, Jay. Screaming Jay Hawkins, this day 2000, passed away at the age of 70 after emergency surgery for an aneurysm. American singer, songwriter, musician Screaming Jay Hawkins was a Golden Gloves boxing champion when he was 16. Screaming Jay Hawkins, we can explain the screaming part now. He was married 9 times. He had 30 children, spent 2 years in jail, was temporarily blinded by one of his flaming props on stage in 1976. He recorded I Put a Spell on You in 1956, which was covered by, the Animals, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Nina Simone, Screamin' Jay. I'll play a little Screamin' Jay, I found it. Anyway, Screamin' Jay Hawkins, what a life, good Lord. Our birthday list includes China Phillips, 57. Hold On, Please Release Me. I like those songs. China Phillips. And wasn't that one of the Beach Boys kids? Or no? Is that somebody else? Isn't it Wendy Phillips? Isn't that a Beach Boy kid?
No, she's Michelle Phillips and John Phillips' kid.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Anyway,
Mamas and the Papas.
That's what I was thinking of. China Phillips, 57. And on this day in history, this was not a happy day in history for the Creek Indians in Georgia and Alabama. On this day in 1825, Creek Indians cede all their land in Georgia and Alabama to the United States in return for some land between the Arkansas and Canadian rivers. Well, the Indians were unhappy with the treaty, so they killed the chief who signed it and negotiated a brand new one. So there, I think, really, I just negotiated. I didn't mean we had to stick by. Oh, wow. Anyway, 404-741-1230, 354. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Nice to have you aboard. Oh, by the way, this really came out of nowhere, but it struck me today when I hear these Democrats, they were attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the conservatives on the hearing today. We'll be talking more about it through the afternoon. Lying, saying they're coming after your money. They're not going after the billionaires. They're just going after so-and-so. So you're blaming us for things that you're not doing. And it reminded me, Flounder, if you will, I had to get a little soundbite from something back in the 70s, very famous in American television. Reminds me of what the Democrats are trying to do to get out of taking responsibility for their behavior, if you will, sir.
So she walks in the house, the rep says, "Another dress? You bought another dress? This is ridiculous. That's the 3rd dress this week." And his wife tells him, "The devil made me buy this dress." Kid, I didn't want to buy no dress. The devil kept following me. I was going down the street going, and the devil kept following calling me, and he kept telling me how good I look.
See? It was all just...
I'm not going for that.
You can cut it there. Thanks, Flip. I mean, Flip Wilson in drag, and it's the whole thing. The devil made me buy this dress. The devil made me do it. And it was a thing. It was like, back in the days of laughing and so forth. And it just reminded me, these freaking Democrats will gaslight like that. Saying we didn't do anything. We're just, they're giving us some money and we're just here to help people around the world. Good Lord. FEMA, by the way, this morning we got a Flounders Funny coming up here. The most recent audit by the Inspector General found $10 billion in COVID pandemic payments was all crap, not prepared by a licensed professional engineer, and one request for $1.5 billion was given to a state's medical staffing, unquote, with no vetting. It could have been a better use to anything. Apparently, it wasn't even done with approved documentation. It was done on a single piece of paper, no itemized cost. Somebody filled out a piece of paper saying we need $1.1 billion for our state to take care of medical staffing to take care of COVID, and they got it. They got the money. A piece of paper, we need this money, and they got over $1 billion for medical staffing. Doesn't even name the state. This is just one. And that's the Inspector General. That's not even the Musk people yet. Oh, my. I mean, and the Democrats are trying to stop it.
I'm beginning to think that Kimmer Media LLC was the only entity to not get USA money.
And that's why we made $12,000 in 3 years or something. We didn't get any state or federal money. Anyway, 3:57. Well, Flounder's funny when you got a minute there, Flounder, and your phone calls too coming up. It's hump
I was
day.
having lunch with this girl the other day, right in the middle of lunch. She looked across the table from me and she goes, this is going to seem oddly racist. And I was like, all right, this is going to be awesome. 41 years old, never heard a conversation started this way. Let's have it, baby. Let's see what you got. She's just like, there are a lot of Asians in this restaurant. I'm like, that's not racist. Well, that's an observation. There are a lot of Asians in this restaurant. However, if you were to say, what the are all these Asians doing in this goddamn restaurant? Now that would seem oddly racist. But you still haven't said anything bad about Asians, but you definitely seem to have a problem with them being in the restaurant, which is odd. That's odd because I've never heard any bad stereotypes about Asians in restaurants. You know what I mean?
3:58, and we got Pete's tweets coming up, and I hope there wasn't one of them that you're playing, but it reminds me, we talking about the Babylon Bee. I made jokes about Mitch McConnell being carried into the Senate by 6 pallbearers. Another guy froze the other day. Another congressman froze at the mic and didn't know what to do. And now Babylon Bee's got another one here since Donald Trump's changing everything. PBS has now dropped all its DEI and proudly announces Bert and Ernie are now straight. Well, so that 1 tomato, 2 tomatoes. Good Lord. I don't know what's going on. And by the way, coming up, we'll also talk about the town in Massachusetts. Which, by the way, I've got a brother still basically living in a car while all the available housing is going to illegal immigrants in Massachusetts. And now a town in Massachusetts, not far from Boston, has decided to make sure they'll do all they can to help any runaway trannies who show up in their community. Specifically trannies. And they're aiming it at children. The vote to accept the tranny sanctuary place is to help children. They admit it. They're saying it. All right, 4 o'clock. Holy, what else can you think? Trying to make sure children feel protected when they want to be trannies. They come to our... Here we go, 4 o'clock.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
multi-pronged approach to peace. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump holding calls with the Russian and Ukrainian presidents and sending a negotiating team to Europe, hoping to begin talks on ending the war in Ukraine, while also sending the U.S. Treasury Secretary to Ukraine, where he presented an offer to President Zelensky on investments in rare earth minerals, oil, and infrastructure in Ukraine.
Instead of giving a loan to Ukraine that they would have to pay back at some point, which is what some of the European countries are doing, a percentage of the profits would go to the U.S. and a percentage of the profits would go to Ukraine.
Fox Business's Edward Lawrence traveling with the secretary. President Zelensky expected to make a counteroffer on Friday.
The Treasury Secretary told me the economic plan would be a foundation for a greater peace plan because he says the president believes, President Trump that is, believes an economic partnership shows Russia the U.S. has a stake in country that it will defend.
Some allies expressing concern, though, after the U.S. defense chief said NATO membership for Ukraine as part of a negotiated settlement would be unrealistic. A tug of war continues between Homeland Security and New York City.
DHS says it has fully clawed back a $59 million payment that FEMA made to New York City to fund migrant hotels. That's a decision that ended up getting several FEMA staffers fired. A DHS spokesperson tells Fox News, quote, Secretary Noem has clawed back the full payment that FEMA deep state activists unilaterally gave to New York City migrant hotels.
Fox's Bill Malugin, the New York City comptroller, says it was reimbursement approved under the Biden administration for money the city already spent on migrant services, and that'll have to make cuts in other areas if the city doesn't get that money back. Inflation accelerates. Consumer prices up 3% in January from a year ago. The monthly increase also hotter than expected, up 0.5%, perhaps making a Fed rate cut anytime soon even less likely, and spurring a sell-off on Wall Street. The Dow down 225 at the bell. America's listening to Fox News.
How well do you sleep at night? I mean, real peace of mind comes from knowing your family is prepared for tough times, that you've done all that you can do, and the rest is up to the Lord. My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness, is offering a limited time discount on their supersized mega 3-month emergency food kit. This is not your typical survival food. Each kit provides over 2,500 calories daily for 90 days. Delicious meals and extras, including chicken, beef, fruits, and vegetables. These are high quality meals that last up to 25 years in storage and still taste like they're home cooked. The pandemic taught us how quickly store shelves can empty. Don't wait for the next crisis. Your mega emergency food kit includes free shipping, a disaster replacement warranty, and 24/7 U.S.-based support. This special discount is available for this week only. Visit mypatriotsupply.com and secure your family's future with a $250 discount. If you order by 3, they'll ship your order within the same day, so you'll have peace of mind right away. Go to mypatriotsupply.com.
No. Herb. Stand by. That's right, baby. Aretha. Yeah. Chain of Fools, baby, 1989. Aretha lost a court case against a Broadway producer named Ashton Springer, who sued for $1 million when Aretha failed to turn up for rehearsals for the stage show Sing Mahalia Sing, blaming her fear of flying for not showing up for rehearsals. Well, I don't. He won some money on that one. Baby, you gotta, show up. That'd be good. Well, but the Queen of Soul, I still, in Blues Brothers in the diner, that was Aretha, right? I think. Hey, baby, have a you and me doll. Oh, there goes my little office girlfriend. She did the old finger explosion bomb grenade thing with a hand smack with me the other day. So it was kind of like dating.
Aretha did?
No, my little work girlfriend. Let's see. Our birthday list includes, Chuck Schumer tried to have him murdered. The suspected child molester Chuck Schumer, remembered he threatened to murder Brett Kavanaugh, 60 years old today. So we're going to come and murder you, Kavanaugh. Remember Chuck Schumer, the suspected child molester, screamed that over and over and over. It was a horrible thing. These freaking Democrats who are still doing it today, threatening to murder anybody who doesn't like what they like. By the way, our day in history at 404, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230 is the number. 1230 is the number. And I'm doing this mostly for Swatoon and friends and family and stuff who might know more about this. And again, Pete Davis, you're more of a history guy than I'll ever be.
But see if this sounds about right for what's going on. And we were talking about Ukraine and Poland and that part of Eastern Europe and what's happening with Russia and things. Okay, put that in historical context with this. On this day in 2002, former Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic goes on trial in The Hague in Netherlands, genocide and war crimes in Bosnia, Croatia, and Kosovo. He served as his own attorney. Yugoslavia was Croatia, Montenegro, Slovenia, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, that's what I called it, and Macedonia. That was Yugoslavia. It became a federal republic headed by Marshal Tito in 1946. Went into communism. Milosevic joined the Communist Party at 18, declared independence for Croatia and Slovenia, and sent tanks to the Slovenian border. Brief war, Slovenia's succession. Croatia fighting broke out between the Croats and ethnic Serbs. Serbia sent weapons and medical supplies to Serbian rebels in Croatia.
Croats.
Croats. Croats, is that bad? Is that a bad thing? I don't mean to insult them. Probably. Anyway, 10,000 people killed, hundreds of Croatian towns destroyed before the UN ceased fire in 1992. Bosnia-Herzegovina declared its independence. Milosevic funded the subsequent Bosnian Serb rebellion. That started a war that killed 200,000 people until America brokered a peace agreement in Dayton, Ohio in 1995. Kosovo clashed with Serbia's thing, and Milosevic had made himself president of Yugoslavia. He was charged with corruption, abuse of power. He was extradited to the Netherlands for the trial, and he served as his own lawyer, but he died of a so-called heart attack before his trial was over. Serbia and Montenegro became a Commonwealth, officially dropped the name Yugoslavia in 2003, and in 2006, they both declared their independence from each other. That's a brief, I hope, reasonable facsimile of the history of that part of the country for that part of the time. And again, today, with this business, I hope Donald Trump pulls it off. Again, I don't care what the motive is. I know Donald Trump wants to be the greatest president who ever lived. And that's a great motive for me. If his ego, if that's the only thing that drives him, he want to do the best thing for this country that anyone's ever done. God bless him. Well, the man's got an ego. Good, thank God. As long as it's directed to make this country a better place. And I'll tell you this, I was thinking about this, and I'm no philosopher, that's for sure, and I'm certainly no political analyst, although my master's degree was in political communication. But seriously, what we are seeing with Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the Musketeers and the AI that's all of a sudden now they're getting the new coin, cyber money, and the AI technology, and all these things are happening. All of a sudden, the government, I think this is going to be the first example of a new style of government run by the smartest people and not the most politically adept people.
Best and brightest?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Seriously, think about politicians over the years. Richard Nixon was never the best and brightest at anything. George W. Bush, Barack Hussein Putinat never had a job. He was a community organizer. Think about it. When Trump got Musk, and I'm telling you, Elon Musk is going to be one of the three most important people in the history of the world between when we began and the next probably 100 years. I bet 100 years from now, Elon Musk is going to be one of the guys who said, "Oh my God, did he start something?" You know what I mean? And this Donald Trump administration, this is going to turn, and they're fighting him every minute of every day. Everything he does, they file a lawsuit. The judges, the leftists, this is all going to go to the Supreme Court. When it's all said and done, Donald Trump is going to be the beginning of a whole new style of governing. A way different, inclusive style of governing, and Elon Musk is going to be one of the most important people who ever lived in world history. I honestly, I think. Look what's going on. Look what's happened in 3 weeks and 1 day. 3 weeks. Holy smokes. Anyway, 409. I'm just excited. I think it's unbelievable. I mentioned that business about Massachusetts. Again, this is, seriously, my brother, I'm still trying to take care of him. It's just a nightmare. Every room of someone who needs a room is gone because of illegal immigrants. And in Worcester, which is Boston, Worcester, they had a meeting at the city council because one of their city council members is a tranny. And the city council member, obviously from Vietnam, apparently Tu Nguyen, 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 Tu Nguyen, is a city council member at large. And he, I guess it's a he or she, they call it they, the first openly non-binary member, I'm not even sure really what that is, elected to the Worcester City Council, has taken hiatus after they say the environment was transphobic and he or she didn't feel comfortable. So the residents showed up, organized by the Queers of Worcester and the Our Allies Nation, and they filed petitions, and they had a meeting at the Worcester City Council last night, and they voted overwhelmingly to pass a resolution to protect transgender and gender diverse people. And here's what it says. You have an opportunity, an incredible opportunity as a community to support our children. You have an opportunity to decrease the rates of depression and suicide by showing our children that their safety and dignity are a priority. Showing our children. Wait a minute. So a child is what, under 18, right? Even under like 14. I mean, a teen. I mean, officially a child. They're going for children. They're aiming the tranny welcoming mat for children. Mm-hmm. Now, again, exactly.
And that Wynn character was being criticized for not showing up for his lazy ass to work. Yeah. And that's when he started talking that they were transphobic.
In fact, I'm glad you brought that up. That went back a long time ago. We talked about that months ago when he got in trouble for that. And they tried to make it a whole gay gender thing. It was because he was too late. He didn't show up for work because he said, they were mean to me, so I stopped going to work. Anyway, in fact, they caught him. It was like 3 or 4 or 6 months of salary. He just stopped going. And that's exactly what it was. Going after the children. They're aiming for the children.
This is all a plan by pedophiles because it's all these leaders of all these tranny groups that continually be arrested for pedophilia. It's amazing how much a ratio it is that it's happening. And they want them in one place so they can prey on them.
I mean, a public vote. Hundreds of people showed up. And they voted, let's protect the trannies for our children. Let's protect those children. Those children are safe with us. Oh, I mean, my God. How'd you like to have your 12 or 13-year-old daughter or son leave your home and go to the safety of the Worcester City Council because you didn't allow that person? I mean, God.
And they start cutting off, giving them hormones and cutting off body parts and making them so they can't have kids ever.
Yeah, they start with the hormones and they hide your breasts, the boobie, the girl, the wraparound so they don't look like they have breasts anymore and stuff.
And that's a huge underlying theme of this whole thing is they hate humans, they hate themselves, and they want to decrease the human population. One of those things is to basically neuter the kids.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, goodness. 413, Kevin Pete and Flounder. How you doing? Hump Day, 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us. And Chief, we got so much more. Everything's going on, and here we go. Kevin Pete and Flounder right here. Stand by.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Donald Trump has given Hamas, this terrorist group in charge of the Gaza Strip, until Saturday to release all of the hostages, or, as President Trump says, all hell is going to break loose. I think it's pretty obvious this wasn't going to work from the beginning. The Israelis would release hundreds of so-called Palestinian prisoners, and Hamas, dressed up in their green headbands with their faces covered in their black outfits, would release 3. It was only going to go downhill from there. So let me stop pussyfooting around and cut to the chase. Hamas needs to be destroyed, eliminated, wiped off the map. And Donald Trump may just be the president that would support that. Not with American troops, but with fully supporting Israel. Israel has every right to seek the utter destruction of Hamas. And it's in the best interest of the United States to support them. If all of the hostages don't come out by Saturday, then the Israeli troops should go in and not stop until every vestige of the terrorist group is eliminated. The world needs to know that the United States is going to stand behind any country that fights terrorism, especially terrorism born of that rag picker who was wandering the Middle East several centuries ago and suddenly decided, hey, I'm going to start a new religion. Hamas is merely carrying out the mandates of Muhammad, disgrace be upon him, as set forth in the Quran. You don't start stopping them now. Where do you start? Let's see if they have any more fear of Donald Trump than they did of Joe Biden. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They're locally owned and operated, and you can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's truprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Trump Care PPO health plans. How about $0 deductibles available for immediate enrollment from Health Insurance Doctor? Hey, it's a Kimmer. Guess what? Trade in your old Obamacare plan, HBO thing, for $0 deductible Trump Care PPO right now. Saving premiums up to 60% lower. Saving big while enjoying access to the top-rated insurance carriers. It's perfect. Individuals, families, small businesses. Call my guy Steven, 678-523-0759. Today, visit him on the web, thehealthinsurancedoctor.net.
Neil Bortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now, I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
I got now. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder. And the police. Got a double whammy police action here for our Flounder's musical list today. Dun, dun, dun. 1977, police recorded their first single, Fallout. It cost them $255 at the studios in London. Written by the drummer, Stuart Copeland, was the only police recording featuring original guitarist Henry Padovani. Mick Jagger reviewed the single in Sounds magazine as a guest reviewer, and Mick Jagger called Fallout by the police competently played rock with nasal annihilated vocals. Competently played rock with nasal annihilated vocals. It failed to chart, but re-released in 1979. 2 years later, went to number 47. The Police. Now, that was 1997. Then exactly the same day in 2007, press conference in West Hollywood's Whiskey A Go-Go Club, Sting confirmed that the Police were getting back together in 2007, set to kick off a world tour in May in Vancouver, supported by Sting's son Joe Summers' band, Sumner, I think it is, Fiction Plane. So there you go. Anyway, Police. Every Breath I Take, is that their song? I like that song.
Yes, it is.
There's another about a girl, something about
Roxanne?
No, there's a different one about a girl. I can't remember what it is. It's real pretty. I thought so. Anyway.
Every Breath You Take.
Every Breath You Take. Yeah, I guess that's what I was thinking of.
The other one.
Our birthday list includes Arsenio Hall, star of Coming to America, and did his own show with a woof woof thing. Arsenio Hall is 69 years old today, I suppose. And on this day in history, a little historical note. Oh, this was so much fun. Oh, golly. On this day in 1999, yes, United States President Bill Clinton, well, of course, he's innocent. He's acquitted of the charges of perjury, even though they, had him on tape, perjury and stuff like that. Also acquitted of obstruction of justice, even though he obstructed, justice. And also acquitted of malfeasance in office, even though he had a little malfeasance going in the old office there, cigars and everything else with Monica Lewinsky, and the Paula Jones lawsuit, and the whole dirty, stinking, rotten thing. And, of course, the Republicans didn't want to convict him because that would have been mean, so, of course, he got away with it. And the Democrats have been getting away with it all, ever since then. I saw a little bit of the hearing with Marjorie Taylor Greene today on the Doge business. I'm telling you what, those Democrats are outrageous. The lies and the spewing and the hatred they're spilling. They're now saying that the billionaires are not going after their own people. One of the top Democrats I saw this morning said the reason they're not going after their own people is because they're not giving enough taxes. Well, we could save, I swear to God, he said, we could save $500 billion a year if we would only hire more IRS agents to go after those billionaires who are not paying their taxes. I swear to God, he said we can solve the whole thing by going after billionaires and put more IRS agents to save and to capture $500 billion a year.
What's happened to the 87,000 that were hired by Biden?
Exactly.
Have they been fired yet?
Well, in fact, I heard one line of a commentary of someone talking about that issue the other day, and it might have been a flippant comment with Tom Holman or somebody saying that their jobs were being transferred, that they were all hired to go do paperwork to go get people
against us.
Yeah, exactly. They were not hired to work on the border. They were hired to go get people. So now their duties have been changed. Apparently, those IRS agents who, and again, I don't know what that means, and I haven't heard they've been fired, and I don't know whether. Here we go. I don't know. Every day there's something. But again, these freaking people, and they're just lie. They lie. 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House. By the way, you need a safe, silly, learn from the Kimmer, because I got the safe stuff locked up, and your living will, medical records, stuff like that. I got so many things coming up here today to talk about all this stuff going on here today. This is still Black History Month. Is that we're still not a lot of attention to the brothers and sisters of our Black History Month for some reason this year. Have you noticed that?
Every damn TV show and commercial.
Well, I guess.
Talking about.
Well, I know, but they don't say Black History Month. It's just obviously everything's changed in favor of non-white people. But they haven't really paid tribute. And again, to point out the little-known facts about it wasn't just the famous black pilots of World War II and George Washington Carver with the inventions and peanuts and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot more to it. For example, Louis Big Sweet May Perkins was the first person to actually attempt to climb into a casket at a funeral. So that, to me, that just one of the many tributes that we don't really pay much attention to when
somebody
you're
posted a commercial that used to run on Soul Train.
Really? Yeah.
And it's basically,
Soul Train,
it was
baby.
Frederick Douglass.
Oh, my God.
Coming back from the grave.
Oh, my God.
To hawk hair products.
Oh, my God. By the way, that portrait of Frederick Douglass is God. Honestly, ever since I was a little boy and saw it in a book of something, I thought, oh, my God, that's God. I mean, if that isn't the most striking portrait seriously, it's just amazing. I mean, the Winston Churchill with the gruffy thing is one thing, and any famous portrait you've ever seen, but that Frederick Douglass, oh my God.
And they had him hawking some kind of nappy hair thing. That was
Soul Train, baby. What was that guy's name? Did the Soul Train?
Don
Cornelius. Soul, baby. And they were smooth. The brothers were smooth, baby. They were doing
this is man. Straight the sounds of Philadelphia.
That's right, baby. Never missed Soul Train and the other Philadelphia, the American bandstand. Never missed Bandstand. It was on every afternoon after school from Philadelphia on cable in New England. I was the damnedest thing. Anyway, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. A couple of funny type stories going on here in the news. 404-741-1230. For example, and I got to find using my phone here.
I may do the sports as Don Cornelius today, just for grins and giggles.
That is a great idea. In fact, while we're thinking, shall we do a little thing here, Pete and Flounder? I think we might have mentioned this before. 426 coming up. Pam Bondi is taking down the bad pictures at her office. Also, former Putty Cats aides are saying, we should have done that doing it with Doge. Now, first, it's Pete's tweets.
Secretary of Homeland Security. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem tweets, I have clawed back the full payment that FEMA deep state activists unilaterally gave to New York City migrant hotels. FEMA was funding the Roosevelt Hotel that serves a Tren de Agua base of operations and was used to house Laken Riley's killer. Mark my words, there will not be a single penny spent that goes against the interest and safety of the American people.
That's the first I've heard that actual place was the place that housed the guy who killed Laken Riley.
And Tren de Agua.
Jesus. Did she mention that to the hearing in Congress today, maybe? Could someone mention that to those Democrats and see how they feel about taking the money back now? God, anyway, sorry. Yes, sir.
Scott points out, if you're sad you're alone on Valentine's Day, just remember,
I remember.
No one loves you the other days of the year either.
Well, again, that's right. It keeps me calm. I don't get upset. I don't start drinking again. I'm thinking about starting to smoke another. I'm going to try to find a pack of Luckies, I think.
Why did you think I was aiming that at you?
Well, I'm the only one in the room who's in the building. It was kind of a situation like that.
A husband could not read his wife's mood swing. They bought her a mood ring for Valentine's Day.
Oh, a mood ring to tell her moods.
Kind of a mistake, I'm afraid.
Oh, what happened?
Because now when she's happy, her mood ring turns green. But when she's in a bad mood, it leaves a big red mark on his forehead.
Yeah.
A Freedom of Information paper reveals United States Air Force spent $91,000 on the Black Pearl Chamber Orchestra to develop a training film about DEI as it relates to the, quote, musical mission, end quote, of the Air Force.
I can't wait till they get to the Pentagon. Department of Defense. Oh, Lordy.
By the way, a Navy plane just went down in San Diego Harbor. So,
oh, God.
Here we go again.
Oh,
I get the feeling maybe there's somebody in the military that doesn't like Pete Hegseth and is trying to monkey around with things to make him look bad.
Boy, I hope
because that's
not.
A helicopter and now a fighter jet going down.
I hope
By the way, the only music I want to hear when you think about the Air Force is Ride of the Valkyries played on loudspeakers attached to attack helicopters.
Dun, 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 dun. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Coming for you.
By the way, that is a very distinctive odor. Oh, sorry.
Yep. Julie Donuts puts in perspective all the government waste. That car payment you missed, the steak you had to put back, $5 you put in your car just to get home, that vacation you couldn't take, that school sport your child couldn't participate in, the heat you turned down, that gift you wanted to buy your kids but couldn't. On and on. They robbed us blind for decades. Any person alive who isn't outraged is beyond hope and is absolutely brain dead. Not another penny.
Again, I'm begging you, try to find the video of those Democrats testifying at that Doge hearing today. It'll make you sick. They actually said these billionaires are trying to come after your children's lunch money. They want your grandmother's pension money. They're going to do anything they can while they hide their own riches. Saying stuff like that out loud to the American people.
Complete lies. The Democrats have chosen the side of government waste and spending your tax money as if it's their own. Like that guy was saying today when he was doing his screaming about Musk being a tool of Putin, Moscow Musk and all that. Basically, that's what he was saying. That basically, it's our money. Who are they to touch our money?
Right.
He thinks it's their money.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we're at fault for coming after them as though I don't need. And again, they want more tax agents to go get billionaires unpaid taxes. Would there be the answer? Oh my God! All right, hold on. 4:30. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Holy smokes! It's Hump Day, and we're humping along here. So look out there. Hey, it's the Kimmer. Look out. The Kimmer Show is live every afternoon from 3 to 6, just like the Kimmer.
And Clippers star Norman Powell misspoke at a pregame ceremony on Martin Luther King Day, honoring the civil rights hero. Quote, "I want to thank everybody for coming out and celebrating the life of Martin Luther Cream." End quote. He jarringly said. Powell then scored 27 in a loss to the Bulls. And, of course, social media was kind to Norman about the mistake. Or I have a cream, one social media user said. And another uttered, "Is that a new Ben & Jerry's flavor?"
Okay.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
But, with this weather, flooding and rainy conditions and windshield wipers, and nobody using headlights or bright beams behind you, man, accidents all over the place. This kind of weather happens sliding around. David Van Sant, he's the guy to get his number, put it in your phone, and I'll give you that number here in a second. Van Sant Law. And I was also thinking the other day, because I have a loaner car and things like that, and this has happened to me before. If you ever have somebody rams into you or something happens while you're on somebody else's car or loaner and stuff like that, and you have to fight with what the insurance company says, well, that's their thing and your thing. No. David Van Sant makes calls to insurance companies, and they see the number, go, oh, crap, I'll just pay him. Go ahead. Where's the money, guy? Because David Van Sant used to work for the insurance company. So, and again, I love insurance companies. A good thing we have them. But they don't want to pay more than they have to, and they have these tables, and they have these charts, and they have these graphs, and that doesn't mean squat if it's not going to cover what you need to be covered. And that's where David Van Sant, you can't argue with these guys, but David does because he was there. He did this. And if you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. So the whole company's saying, all right, baby, we're for you. Here's the number. Put this in your phone, please. 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. And get them online, taking care of you and your business. VanSantLaw.com.
So, the doc says I have ED. ED. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's just an abbreviation for a condition so many men have. If I was to be honest, I probably also have a little OCD. I know I have a great HMO. Heck, I even have 3 weeks of PTO. Look, don't let a few letters get you down. If you have ED, there's HELP. Go see Dr. Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He's an ED specialist that will turn your life around PDQ. ED happens to a lot of men as we age. And just FYI, Dr. Deal can give you back the confidence you need to perform on the JOB. So, ready to take the first step? Quit yelling WTF at your little BFF and visit tbtofga.com. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can fix your ED ASAP. And before you know it, you'll be screaming OMG.
I'm getting in the game. The world won't be the same. I'm good to go.
Call 404-777-1911 or visit tbtofga.com.
When it comes to protecting your assets and ensuring peace of mind, trust the expertise of Nelson Elder Care Law. Our Absolute Protection Trust is designed to provide unparalleled asset protection. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com to discover how our specialized services can safeguard your family's future and assets, offering you the assurance you deserve. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank you for trusting them with your heating and air conditioning and home performance needs by throwing the 28th Annual Winter White Sale going on right now through the end of February. And you can save up to $2,000 because with carrier rebates, the best in the business, working with the best in the business at Central, you're guaranteed to get the best deals possible. And why is Central Heating and Air Conditioning the best? Well, they're one of the few locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house health and possibly your family's health with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speeds, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air's 28th Annual Winter White Sale goes through the end of February, so check them out online at centralheat.com or call them at 770-GET-HEAT and turn to your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Go beyond a baseball game with your Atlanta Braves and check out Truist Park's Ballpark Tour. See the ballpark like never before and explore the franchise's rich history with artifacts, exhibits, and more, led by tour guides who will take you to places behind the scenes that most fans never have seen before, including the press box, premium club spaces, and of course, step onto the field where your favorite Braves players battle it out during the season. And each tour comes with a complimentary player chain necklace. Fans will also have access to the Braves Clubhouse starting February 17th through March 22nd. And did you know Truist Park also offers the opportunity to host birthday parties? The birthday package includes a private tour of the ballpark, birthday invitation template, special gift for the birthday child, and goodie bags for all the kids. Upgrades like a visit from the Braves mascot blooper are also available. Visit braves.com/tours to book a tour or a birthday party today.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
I saw him in concert during the Olympics when I was not single. I was kind of a Al Green there. Bum, bum, bum. I'm so. Let's go live to Donald Trump in the White House talking about a possible ceasefire and Hamas.
But he was, all of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago, he started being treated very nicely. He said they took him out for haircuts. They took him out. The teacher
who came back
helped Trump him out a little bit and made him feel better, made him look better. And they were nice to him. And he said, "I saw something happening, and it coincided with when I came into office." So that was nice. And he's a fine person. He was so happy to be out. He was there for 3.5 years plus. And he shouldn't have been there at all. They should have had him out much faster than that.
What does make you believe that Zelensky will...
Wait, go ahead, please.
Sorry, sir, just to be clear, do you see any future in which Ukraine returns to its pre-2014 borders?
Well, I think Pete said today that that's unlikely, right? It certainly would seem to be unlikely. They took a lot of land and they fought for that land, and they lost a lot of soldiers. But it would just seem to me, and I'm not making an opinion on it, but I've read a lot on it, and a lot of people think that that's unlikely. Some of it will come back. I think some of it will come back. Yeah, some of that land will come back.
These are both Russian.
Who are you with?
Sorry, me.
Yeah.
AFP.
You who?
AFP, Agence France Presse.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask you,
French.
The things that the Secretary of Defense was talking about, the 2014 borders and the lack of NATO membership. Ultimately, these are both demands that Russia has made in the past. Is there not a danger of handing Russia a kind of win on this?
Well, I think that if you look at the war, the way the war is going, you'll have to make your own determination. I'm just here to try and get peace. I don't care so much about anything other than I want to stop having millions of people killed. Last night, Kiev got hit very, very hard. I want to see people stop getting killed. That war is ridiculous. It should have never happened. and it would have never happened. Yeah, a couple of more questions.
Are you planning to sign an executive order on reciprocal tariffs, sir?
Yes, I am. In fact, I may do it today, and if I do it today, I could almost do it right now. Would you like me to talk about it now? I don't want to take anything away from this young lady's day, because this is her day. And I may do it later on, or I may do it tomorrow morning, but we'll be signing reciprocal tariffs. The world has taken advantage of the United States for many years. They've charged us massive tariffs that we haven't charged them. And as you know, I just did something on steel and aluminum, 25%. That'll go up at some point, but 25%, which will level the playing field quite a bit. I did it previously 50%. And Obama was very weak, and Biden was even weaker on steel. The steel was just absolutely, it really started with Obama. The world really took advantage of us, and then that morphed into Biden. And what they did was he was so worried about trying to attack his political opponent that he didn't know what he was doing with respect to countries taking advantage. He should have looked at the countries, both friend and foe, taking advantage of us. So we're going to be doing reciprocal tariffs, which is whatever they charge, we charge, very simply. But we're going to be...
Considering exemption, talk about widespread fraud and abuse.
Oh, yeah, tremendous fraud. There's tremendous fraud, and it's hard to believe that you can have that kind of fraud. You're talking about, like... Are you talking about what? Wait. Which are you talking? You're talking about with regard to all of the investigations that are going on about this stupidity. What we're going to do is tomorrow I'm having a news conference. I'm going to read to you some of the names that hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars have been given to. And if you tell me that we should be giving money to those things, those entities, I think you'll probably have to leave as a reporter because you're not very talented. When you look at the kind of money, billions and billions of dollars being thrown away illegally, and there's no chance. I mean, I say it in front of our Attorney General, there's no chance that there's not kickbacks or something going on. When you give millions and millions of dollars to somebody that stands to look at something for 15 minutes and walks away with millions of dollars, that money's coming back in some form. And that's only one form of corruption. The biggest thing is what they do to our country. They're taking massive amounts of money and spending it on items. I went through a list of 200 expenditures that were made, and I found 3 that looked like they were reasonable. Okay, 3. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow. We have a lot of stuff, and I want to commend Elon because he's done a fantastic. He doesn't need this. You know, he's abused by you people every day. He's found more things than anybody could find. I think he's got the credibility to do it. I know he does. And it's his group of people. You know, they started off with 12. I call them 12 geniuses. They started off with 12, and they went to 20 and 25, and now they're up to almost 100.
Oh, boy.
People are joining to help them because there's a massive fraud that's taken place. And then you have judges that are activists, and they sit there and they say, oh, as an example, $59 million going to a little small group in New York City. You get nothing going to North Carolina to help nothing. They say, we don't have any money because they've given it away on the border. But you have nothing. What they did to North Carolina is a shame. And then they sent $59 million to New York City for a hotel for a little bit of nothing, what they've done. A hotel that was not luxury, that's getting luxury rates for migrants, where they're making a fortune. And we catch them. But a judge says, well, even though it may be a fraud, you have to send the money in anyway. Send the money. I said, wait a minute. We have money that shouldn't go because we caught it before it was sent out. But they want the money to go anyway. And
how do you explain
I think
that?
you're going to have a lot of things to look at, Pam. I really do. What's going on with this whole thing? And this is just one group. We haven't talked about Department of Education. We haven't talked about the military. We haven't talked about a lot of things that are very big. And what's happened is, as an example, you'll have cases where you have a 3-month contract, and maybe the guy that signs a contract leaves. Maybe he gets rich. All of a sudden he leaves for that reason. But you have a 3-month contract, and maybe he leaves. So the contract is sitting there. and the people signing the checks don't know it's 3 months, and it goes on for years. The 3 months turns out to be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, just goes on forever. And the guy on the other side of the contract just keeps getting check after check after check. Because Elon had an expression yesterday, because nobody cares. It's a great expression. Nobody cares. The guy that signed the contract didn't care. Maybe there, may not be there, maybe crooked, who knows. But you have to care. Otherwise, you can't really run a thing like that, or you can't run a country, really. Because there's so many transactions, thousands and thousands of transactions. And if you don't have people that care, you're going to lose control. And that's what's happened. And we've caught it. Now, what we caught is billions and billions of dollars, but it's a tiny fraction of the real number. Because you can never catch the real number, because people have gotten away with tremendous amounts of money. But I said we have to make our government smaller, more efficient, more effective, and a lot less expensive. And we could find $1 trillion, but we're being hindered by courts where they file in certain courts where it's very hard to win. And a judge will stop us, and a judge will say that it doesn't make any difference what you find. You just keep paying the money. That's a hell of a way to be. And I follow the courts. I have to follow the law. All it means is that we appeal. But that gives people time to cover their tracks. And that's what they do. So it's a very bad thing that's taking place. But hopefully, if the courts, hopefully the courts will be fair. They don't have to be very fair. They just have to be a little bit fair, because this is so egregious what's taking place. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Nobody's seen numbers like this. These are massive numbers. $9 million for somebody to go and stand in a store and see how people shop. Okay, I mean, you take a look at these things. It's a disgrace. And then you have a country that we want to make America great again. It's very hard to make America great again when you have things like this. And you're going to see the same thing. Department of Education is going to be a disaster. The military, I mean, I see it. Look, I came in, they had a contract done, as you know, for $5.7 billion for airplanes. It was Air Force One with Boeing. 5.7. I got it down to $4 billion, a little less than that, 1 penny less than that. $3,999,999 and 99 cents. They said, I said, it has to have a 3 in front of it, because I wouldn't sign the contract for $5.7 billion. I was able to cut $1.7 billion off the price, and it didn't take me long. $1.7 billion. If people would care, they'd be able to do that with every single contract that's put before them. And we wouldn't have deficits, would have nothing but a tremendously low-taxed, wonderful country. But they have to care. And speaking of that, you know, Boeing, we're not happy with the service we're getting in terms of those planes. They would like to get more money. We're not happy about that whole thing. We signed a very strong contract. I signed a guaranteed maximum contract, which they haven't seen in a long time. And they
doesn't like Air Force One.
But they have to produce the product, and we expect them to produce the product. They have to produce the product. They agreed to build planes at a certain price. They're not used to that. They're used to having time and material contracts, where it's whatever it costs, time and material, no dates, no anything. It ends up costing 5 times more. You look at some of the ships that have been built. Take a look at the Gerald Ford, the aircraft carrier, the Ford. It was supposed to cost $3 billion. It ends up costing like $18 billion.
Is he on a roll?
And they
Holy
make,
smokes.
of course, all electric catapults, which don't work. And they have all magnetic elevators to lift up 25 planes at a time, 20 planes at a time. And instead of using hydraulic, like on tractors that can handle anything from hurricanes to lightning to anything, they use magnets. It's a new theory. Magnets are going to lift the planes up, and it doesn't work. And they had billions and billions of dollars of cost overruns. I met the architect. I said, have you designed a ship before? This is one of the biggest ships in the world. It's like landing at LaGuardia Airport. But you look at the kind of waste, fraud, and abuse that this country is going through, and we have to straighten it out. We have great people going into the military in terms of
this is unbelievable. It's all off the cuff, just impromptu.
We have great people go. We have business people going in. But when you look at what's happened,
what a difference the last 4 years.
The purchasing, and when you look at the USAID, when you look at the things that they're giving to them, the billions of dollars that they're giving to, and it doesn't make sense. It is interesting that when you're looking for fraud, you look at items, hundreds of items, and you'll find one or two, maybe, if you're lucky. Here's something where you look at data and they're all fraudulent, by just looking at the topic. They're all fraudulent, except it's the opposite. You'll find one or two that's like a legitimate reason. So I just want to thank Elon for going through it. I want to thank all the people that are working with him. We have a big group of people. I think the lowest IQ is about 160. That's very high. I think you have a couple of 182s in there, but they're doing a fantastic job. He doesn't need it, and they don't need it. But we're showing things, and it's going to be a big. People have no idea how important it is. Yeah.
How soon do you want the Department of Education to be closed?
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job. We're ranked, so they rank the top 40 countries in the world. We're ranked number 40th. But we're ranked number 1 in one department, costs per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the world. But we're ranked number 40. We've been between 38 and 40. The last time I looked, it was 38. And then I looked 2 days ago, it came out the new list. It came out at number 40. So we're ranked 40. Norway, Denmark, Sweden. I hate to say it, China, as big as it is, it's ranked in the top 5. And that's a primary competitor. We're ranked number 40. So if we're ranked number 40, that means something's really wrong, right? And I say send it back to Iowa, to Idaho, to Colorado. Send it back to places that, and there are a lot of Indiana. You have a great new governor. You have a great senator that Jim Banks just got elected. You got great people. I'll tell you what, Indiana's going to be fantastic. We probably have 35, maybe 37 states that will do as well as Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden. They'll be just as good. Then you have the ones that we all know about. It'll be the same story. But you know what? Even they will be good. Because you look at New York, you give it to Westchester County, you give it to Long Island, you give it to Nassau County, you give it to Suffolk County. Same thing, you go out to, and you give it to upstate New York. So you'd have 4 or 5 sections. You give it to Manhattan. Manhattan's a little bit tougher for some reason. I don't know why it would be tougher, but it is. You give to California, and you go to various areas outside of Los Angeles, and you might have 6 or 7 different subgroups. But generally, like if you go to Iowa, you give it to Iowa. You don't have subgroups, you have Iowa. And other places that do a good job. If they do a good job, they're going to do a great job in education. Those places will be every good.
Okay, again, Department of Education. Well, this is amazing. Donald Trump, and again, we got to pay the bills, but still, what a refreshing. I mean, he starts talking. I'll take your question. Where are you from? France? Fine. What do you got? I mean, it's unbelievable.
I don't ever hear anyone say how corrupt the Roman Empire was. We live in a time, this government, the United States federal empire, is the most corrupt government to ever exist on the planet Earth.
And we're about to find out all about it, too. When he's going to read the names of the people who got all that money for cheating and tomorrow's news conference, he teases. Oh, man. And that naughty little wife of his, I'll bet you do. 4:53. Holy crap, Flounder. We may be gone for a few minutes here. Making up for a lost time. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 4:53 on 106.
Yeah, we don't break till 4:59.
We're going to go right through?
It's 4:53.
I know, but we haven't played a commercial for 10 minutes.
Look at that.
Flounder was in the back. Yeah, we owe about 8 minutes of commercials here, my friend.
All right, well, here we go.
Stand by. Here we go.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on XTRA 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day, we are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. Have you started thinking of spring? Well, now's the time to start planning what you're going to need for the season. And the biggest thing you'll need is your own Echo power equipment. Reliable, professional, and tough. Echo keeps you going all year round, no matter the project. When's the best time to get an Echo tool? During Howard Brothers' annual Gear Up sale on March 5th. It's the day to get geared up for spring. Plan your spring the right way with Echo tools from Howard Brothers.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth if they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Are you tired of dealing with drafty, inefficient windows? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows. It's time to upgrade these old windows. Replace them with double pane, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Your new windows will help you regulate a perfect temperature throughout your house. Start saving big money on your energy bills and improve the curb appeal of your home. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078.
Hi, this is Bruce Hagen.
And this is Matt Hagen.
Hey, look, accidents happen, and that's when Hagen happens. And now, Hagen happens twice, because there's two of us.
We're here for you on what is probably your worst day, so that all the days ahead can be comfortable and taken care of properly.
We treat your personal injury case personally. You're not just a number to us. You're a human being, and we're going to treat you with the respect that you deserve.
Let us here at Hagen Law be your advocates. You can find everything you need to know at hagen-law.com.
hagen-law.com.
Looking for the perfect car, truck, or SUV? Jim Ellis Buick GMC has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, finding the right fit is easy.
Whether it's a Buick Enclave or Envision, a GMC Acadia or Yukon, or the power of the Sierra and Canyon trucks, and the best part, you're never alone in the process.
Their expert sales team helps match you with the right vehicle, while their finance specialists make buying simple and stress-free.
With decades of experience, Jim Ellis Buick GMC understands the importance of offering an expansive inventory that fits every driving performance, style, and budget need. Plus, every new Buick and GMC comes with cutting-edge technology, premium comfort, and advanced safety features, so you can drive with confidence.
Already a Buick or GMC owner? Well, keep it running like new with their state-of-the-art service center staffed by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out. Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
It's February 12th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. Today is National Lost Penny Day. The first penny ever was designed by Benjamin Franklin and minted in 1787. The penny with the bust of President Abraham Lincoln was first minted in 1909, released on February 12th to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. The 16th president is known for fighting the U.S. Civil War against the South, which ended slavery with the Union victory April 9th, 1865. Former Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic goes on trial for war crimes in 2002. His prolonged trial ends without a verdict when the so-called Butcher of the Balkans was found dead at the age of 64. Born on this day in 1934, basketball legend and Hall of Famer Bill Russell, the five-time MVP of the NBA, led the Boston Celtics to 11 championships from 1957 to 1969. I'm CJ Papa. That's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
Securing America.
A House Homeland Security Subcommittee hearing Tuesday focused on the threat China's investments in ports in the Western Hemisphere, including in America, pose to U.S. national security. Florida Republican Congressman Carlos Jimenez spoke about the Chinese influence on the Panama Canal and what it allows the PRC to do.
The United States cannot and will not accept a scenario where a foreign adversary, one that openly seeks to undermine our global standing, controls infrastructure critical to U.S. homeland security, military readiness, and economic stability.
China also has terminal leases in several significant U.S. ports such as L.A., Seattle, and Miami, which led witness Dr. Isaac Cardon to focus on the danger of that presence.
Focus should be on implementing stringent and mandatory cybersecurity.
While Dr. Matthew Kronig of the Scowcroft Center said of the U.S.-China relationship,
ultimately, the rivalry concerns the future of global order.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
For some reason, our network is not connecting here. It's 5 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3, and we don't know what's going on. We were tuned into the network earlier, and all of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. We're looking. Well, we'll do the show. It's 5 o'clock, and if we get the Fox News back on, we'll get that. If you need to call Mike or some engineer, feel free to do whatever you need to do in there, Flounder. Don't worry about it. something frozen there, I guess.
Let me fire something off real quick.
Okay. See if this works here.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Crisis.
We believe these judges are acting as judicial activists rather than honest arbiters of the law.
Dozens of lawsuits have been filed challenging the president's legal authority to block spending, fire federal employees, and end birthright citizenship.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Levitt says they will comply with court orders, but believe the president will be vindicated during appeals. A House Committee on Government Efficiency Efforts holding its first hearing.
Chairwoman Marjorie Taylor Greene questioning welfare fraud investigator Dawn Royal if the government is giving out billions in payments.
Without verifying who they are or whether they meet program eligibility requirements.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Democrats like Ranking Member Melanie Stansberry of New Mexico focusing on Elon Musk and whether actions taken so far by Doge are legal.
We do not work for an unelected billionaire.
Democrats are encouraging Musk to come testify before Congress.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. America is listening to Fox News.
How well do you sleep at night? I mean, real peace of mind comes from knowing your family is prepared for tough times, that you've done all that you can do, and the rest is up to the Lord. My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness, is offering a limited time discount on their supersized mega 3-month emergency food kit. This is not your typical survival food. Each kit provides over 2,500 calories daily for 90 days. Delicious meals and extras, including chicken, beef, fruits, and vegetables. These are high quality meals that last up to 25 years in storage and still taste like they're home cooked. The pandemic taught us how quickly store shelves can empty. Don't wait for the next crisis. Your mega emergency food kit includes free shipping, a disaster replacement warranty, and 24/7 U.S.-based support. This special discount is available for this week only. Visit mypatriotsupply.com and secure your family's future with a $250 discount. If you order by 3, they'll ship your order within the same day, so you'll have peace of mind right away. Go to mypatriotsupply.com.
Let's get it together, ladies. Line up shoulder. Right a blank. Ready on your dog target. Help, up there, little, step it up, up there, little, road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the giver with Pete Davis and Flounder. It's 5:03. Man, I can listen to Trump. This is unbelievable. If you just joined us, just got out of work, you missed a whole bunch of stuff. Donald Trump, he was going live and we did like 25 minutes ago. And what a refreshing look at politics. He's every single day. He just opens up. He invites the press in. They watch what he does. He answers anybody's question. He's open. I mean, it's unbelievable. It literally is sunlight in the darkness. And when you compare it to the last 4 years of that brain-addled criminal, that pervert, that child murderer, as far as I'm concerned, in his freaking administration for 4 stinking years. And now we see the breath of fresh air and what that means politically and culturally to this country getting back on track again. And yet they're still lying and deceiving and cheating and suing him. Everything that happens, they're trying to stop it. And there's no, again, that newscast you just heard, it was a perfect example. Marjorie Taylor Greene says we've got to root out the corruption and make sure people are getting money that they deserve, and if they don't deserve it, they don't get it. And the Democrat response was, Elon Musk was never elected. He is not legally allowed to do this. They never said, gee, we don't want to, have that waste going on. Their only complaint is Elon Musk was not elected, and he is not legally allowed to make any decisions. Of course, he's not doing anything. He's exposing the fraud, and then whatever happens is, Donald Trump's staff or whatever. But again, their complaint is not that, we deserve to give away that money to everybody. Their complaint is that Elon Musk caught him, and he wasn't elected to catch him. I mean, it's unbelievable. They're admitting they're only complaining that they caught him because he wasn't elected. They shouldn't have been able to catch him. I mean, my God.
Not elected either. He was appointed,
Absolutely.
Just like Elon's appointed.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just astounding. All of their staff members who do all of their research aren't elected. I mean, the whole thing is nonsense.
You think the media would be loving the fact they have a president they can engage with and get sound bites from after 4 years?
Yeah. And they're still trying to catch him. Yeah, you'll get reporters saying, yeah, well, what about the thing if that's what Russia won in the first place? So when you give Russia a win, it's just it's measly mouth little freaking grease spots. I mean, just admit to your incompetence and the fact that you were a bunch of freaking pansies and you've been caught and the country's, turning. Oh, my, this is unbelievable. All right, 506, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Let's do this, Flounder. Let's do the Democrat girls. Again, this is perfect. Even, Bill Maher and who's that guy who was married to the former Marine with the scrunched up face, Jim Carville, or what's his name? Johnny Carville.
Mary Matlin.
Somebody Carville's name. All these guys are finally coming out, and in fact, even Putty Tats, Obama supporters who do their podcast, we'll talk about them in a second, are all saying the same thing. The Democrat Party's in a shambles. They don't have a message. I mean, who are they? Clay and Buck on the show before us. Clay was doing a speech or an interview and a conversation with students at University of Chicago. Now, University of Chicago students are very bright, or they were not going to get into that university. That doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. But he took on these bright kids, most of them girls in the audience, and he turned to them and he said, okay, just for an example, who is the most male, masculine Democrat you know? Who's the most masculine Democrat leader of the Democrat Party that you know? And then he said, Pete Buttigieg. And the girl said, what, is that a gay joke? And he said, no, I'm serious. Who do you think? And again, automatically they turn everything into either being gay or a gender or a homo. I mean, it's unbelievable. And so here's a perfect example. When the Democrats had nothing else to complain about, now they're trying to find a new message. And here's the new message when they tried to get a crowd to rally around a new Democrat message, and it didn't work too well. Flounder, if you will.
Which side are you on?
On the side of the people.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Hit you in the face.
Which side are you on?
Kick you in the knees.
We'll fight fight against Doge. We'll fight Elon Musk. We let's get within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk.
I'm fighting dawn to dusk. Oh my God.
Now just a boy.
And now the altos.
Which side are you on?
Oh my God.
Coming for you.
We're trying to get a lot of stuff. Oh my God. We want things.
But we want him in jail.
We want him in jail. Oh, that's whoa. Oh my God.
Which side are you?
I mean, they're laughing.
Pick a side. That's great. Pick a side.
Exactly. We know what side we're on.
Corruption.
You lost. We won.
Good government.
You're on the wrong side.
Corruption.
And again, they're not saying anything about stopping the waste. There's nobody who's defended sending all that stuff to all those countries for the wrong reason. They're saying that it shouldn't be done because it was illegal for you to catch us. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's okay. 509. A bunch of we got a lot of kind of related things here too, which I think is fairly funny. By the way, for the record today, Donald Trump fired the top watchdog at U.S. aid after reports of billions of dollars sent to agencies that help al-Qaeda terrorists, including an inspector general. Since 2003, Paul Martin was informed by the White House that his termination was effective immediately. His dismissal came after the report showed $8.2 billion spent on the agency's ability to cripple America by sponsoring people who got educations in America and were helping the jihadist documents showing this is true. A guy said he was born in Yemen, got paid to go to college. He was actually born in New Mexico, was a terrorist, even Putintat ordered him killed and assassinated in an airstrike in Yemen in 2011. Anyway, all this stuff is coming out. Donald Trump, if you missed, God, this was so interesting when he did his live, he just answered questions in the Oval Office this afternoon just now. And he said tomorrow he's going to hold a news conference, and I think he said Pam will be there, Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, and he's going to hold a news conference. And he said, if I think I got this right, he said he is going to be naming names of people who got money that added up into the billions of dollars. So we're not talking about a guy who got $80,000 to go get a college degree or something and study gender issues. We're talking billions of dollars, and he's going to name names. And this is in the same week when we get Luna, Luscious Luna, the Florida Congresswoman. Oh dear God, I wish I hadn't thought her name.
Anna Paulina,
Luna Paulina. And she, again, we almost didn't catch it yesterday. Late in the afternoon in the show, she said, "Oh yeah, I think there were 2 shots fired in the Kennedy assassination." Wow. Oh yeah, there were 2 guns. Excuse me. I mean, holy crap! And now they're also there's a story here today that Prince Andrew is now afraid to fly out of England. He's never going to step on American soil again because he's afraid that the information is going to come out about the laws he broke with Jeffrey Epstein. And so he's afraid to leave Europe. And of course, the royal family's taken away all of his duties anyway. I mean, he's just the black sheep of the family. Anyway.
And he was the favorite of the Queen.
He was the favorite, Queen's favorite. And he turned out to be let's see, 512, 512. A couple of quickie things here. I think this is pretty funny here today, too. I got to go back to Mr. Phone here for a second. Just give me 1 second. I have to find it. It's a news story I got about Pam Bondi, who today decided on her own at the Justice Department that she has stripped the portraits of Joe Biden, Vice President Carmela Sidepiece, and her own predecessor, Merrick Garland, who should be in prison. She personally herself took down their portraits, saying it was ridiculous for those people to be hanging there 3 weeks into Donald Trump's tenure. It was confirmed. Her 5-hour confirmation hearing last night vowed that the partisanship and weaponization of the Justice Department will be gone. And for the record, Obama's people, they call the Pod Save America, are the people, John Lovett, the former Obama speechwriter, and his buddy, John Favreau, and there's another, I can't remember the name right now. These guys all get together, and they said, even they say on the Obama Friends people saying that they should have done more. They should have done what Trump's doing. We should have done the stuff that Donald Trump's doing about the Doge people. lamenting their situation, said he didn't know they could make government so efficient. Honestly, some of this is pretty annoying because we should have done this. We didn't know you could do this stuff. John Favreau, the Obama speechwriter too guy, says they tried to cut through bureaucracy and create government efficiency, but it's hard to do. We all know government's slow. It can't be efficient. So we've worked at all the blanking White House. We tried to reorganize it. It's hard to do. Yeah, well, they did it in 3 weeks. Unbelievable.
Everybody in Washington knew how to do this, and they all tackled it. The few that did it tackled it from the wrong end. You always follow the money, and you start at the damn money, and you cut off the money. Yeah. And that's what they're doing.
What they've been doing is what I used to do at a part-time job once. If you grab a clipboard with papers on it and just walk around with a clipboard, nobody will bother you. And they all think, boy, that guy's, I wonder what he's doing. I better not be. It's unbelievable. Just walking around looking like something is what the Democrats have been doing, and they finally got caught. Let's see what you got, baby. What's in your pocket? Oh, God, this is going to be great. 514, holy crap, sorry, you got Caribbean Flounder. 514, holy crap of sports coming up next. Yeah.
The first 100 days of President Trump's second term will move fast. And with changes coming down every day, count on Atlanta's conservative voice to bring you the latest updates without the mainstream spin. The Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show. Our huge lineup has you covered from your drive in to your drive home. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA app.
We got Holy Crap at Sports there coming up. I was just talking to a guy from 680 down the hall. He said he had the flu lasted 2 weeks. My mechanic just got my car back, and he's got bronchitis. Holy smokes. If you don't need a health insurance doctor in the past, you need a health insurance doctor now to get you Trump care to take care of your future. Skyrocketing health insurance premiums. Well, Steven's his name. I call him Steven. Health insurance doctor. He's saving people up to 60% on annual premiums with Trump care. PPOs all over the country. You walk in and don't have to pay that $50 forked out of your pocket just to see the guy when you're already paying him anyway. Insurance plans that have cancer things and eyeglass things and accident things and all that stuff. No IRS penalties. I didn't even know they had that kind of stuff. Subsidies that they say are hard to get. Open enrollment. I don't know. He loves looking at these charts and graphs and checking computer things and getting you the plan that's right for you, your business, your family, Cobra thing or whatever. Here's the number. Call him Steve. He's a health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. 678-523-0759. On the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
It's not too late to get the perfect Valentine's Day gift at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. And since you're in a hurry, we'll even take care of the roses. Come shop Atlanta's best quality and value in diamonds, gemstones, gold jewelry, and more, and leave with a dozen roses absolutely free when you spend just $95 or more. And hey, you waited this long, so you might as well take your time paying. Spend $2,500 or more on something show-stopping and get 0% APR financing for 5 years. Want a no-fail gift? Try Diamond Studs, a timeless classic starting at just $190. And at D. Geller & Son, our natural diamond studs qualify for lifetime upgrades. Bring them back in and get 100% of what you paid towards something bigger or brighter anytime for life. At D. Geller & Son, we're true jewelry experts. So shop our local family-owned showrooms and we'll help you find the perfect piece even if you're rushing. So this Valentine's Day, get something that says, I love you, not I panicked, at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. The perfect gift no matter when since 1939. In Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
When it comes to finding the perfect Chevrolet, why settle for anything less than the best?
At Jim Ellis Chevrolet, you'll find the largest selection of new and used Chevys in Georgia.
From the legendary Silverado to the family-friendly Equinox, Tahoe, and Suburban, and performance icons like the Corvette and Camaro, you'll find exactly what you need.
Right now, save $7,500 off MSRP on the 2025 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 2 LT models. Don't just dream it. Drive home in America's sports car today.
And at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, buying a vehicle is hassle-free. No high-pressure sales, just a transparent customer-first approach that their finance experts will help secure you the best terms, making the purchase exciting and not stressful.
Plus, their factory-trained technicians are here to keep your Chevy running at its best with expert service and maintenance.
Shop in person on Peachtree Boulevard or online at JimEllisChevrolet.com and experience the difference.
Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Offer applies to 2025 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 2 LT models. Example stock number CV5055. MSRP with add-on accessories is $88,704. After $7,500 in Jim Ellis discounts, sale price is $81,204. Excludes TABT and state taxes. Offer expires 2/28/25.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. The civilian world can be confusing, and veterans do not need to journey through it alone. When you reach out to the Warrior Alliance, we will guide you to the best-in-class resources that can lead you toward renewed purpose after serving our nation. Find out why thousands of warriors have found success after service after engaging with the Warrior Alliance. For assistance, go to thewarrioralliance.org or call 404-210-1776.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people pay to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
By the way, I forgot to mention, during the Trump live shot, I changed channels to see CNN covered Trump live like Fox did. MSNBC did not, just for the record. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. It's 5:20, and holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Can you smell it in the air?
I can smell it in the air.
The scent of warm green grass in the midday sun.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you can. It's mid-February. It's a cold, rainy. Wake up.
Well,
Come on.
no, I'm sorry.
Step outside.
That'll be better now.
But Braves spring training is underway. Braves pitchers and catchers reported to spring training today. Some position players, too, down in Northport, Florida. Ronald Acuna Jr. is blasting balls out of the stadium and into the parking lot. So mind where you park your car. Yankees manager Aaron Boone has thrown the first punch, saying if the Yanks win it all this year, they will handle it with more class than the Dodgers did last season.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, get right on it.
Wow.
Alex Bregman still floating around out there as a free agent, and so is right-handed starter Nick Pivetta. And stop me if you heard this one before. The biggest fraud and money stealer may not be in Congress. He may be in baseball when he feels like it.
Yeah.
Oft-injured Angels third baseman Anthony Rendon is having hip surgery, expected to miss a significant amount of the season.
That's like third, fourth time or something with this guy.
After signing a 7-year, $245 million contract and debuting with the Halos during the pandemic-abbreviated 2020 season, the 34-year-old Rendon has not played more than 58 games in any season.
Holy cow.
Yeah. He has played in only 205 and missed 438, with 12 stints on the injured list starting at the start of the 2021 season. Yeah. He had been 3 stints on the injured list last year alone, hamstring, lower back, and oblique. Finished the season .218 batting average, no home runs, and 14 RBIs. That's $2.5 million for each RBI for just last year's salary.
Holy! Do they think that he's a malingerer, or just his body can't take the rigors of that kind of activity with his body? His shoulders and elbows and legs won't do it. I mean,
I think it's both. I think the fact he was prone to injuries before, but not as bad as this, and I think, frankly, he never struck me as the most fiery guy out there. Not
exactly
on the field.
Pete Rose on the bases or anything. So.
But he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good at one point. The Falcons have 5 picks in the upcoming NFL draft. Their first pick is at number 15 overall in the first round. Third pick went to New England for Matthew Judon, who I believe decided to play sometime around game number 14, decided to show up. Their other picks are the second and fourth rounds and 2 more in the 7th. Signs point to the Titans trading away the number 1 pick. Fox Sports football analyst Joel Klatt says the Giants may trade with Tennessee to be able to choose Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Other mock drafts show the Giants and the Steelers looking at Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart. So let the draft games begin.
Now, what do you think? I've seen a couple on Sunday mornings. I tend to watch that NFL stuff, and I watch the ESPN stuff, and they get all the guys talking about things like the NFL draft, and only I think that I've seen. It seems to me only about maybe 1 out of 3 of the so-called top guys who do their draft picks, only one of them picked Shedeur to be the number 1 guy, and the rest of them have him down like the 5th or 8th or something like that. I don't know.
Joel Klatt thinks that Shedeur is the only really good quarterback in the draft.
Really?
And a lot of people think it's Cam Ward.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. Yeah, I'm curious.
Wide receiver Kadarius Toney arrested last week here in Douglas County on 2 counts of aggravated assault, strangulation, and obstructing 911 calls. On January 14, Toney allegedly put his hand around a woman's throat and squeezed with enough force to cause her to be unable to breathe. Spotted on the neck, and hemorrhaging was noticed in her eyes. Toney was cut by the Browns last season.
Whoa. Mercy.
The delusion in Dallas continues as Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott claims his team is better than the Super Bowl champion Eagles, and it's the Cowboys' turn to dominate the NFL. Somebody get Dak a cold juice box and a lie down. That man is delusional.
I wonder how the people are feeling about what he just... Talk about billboards. Laughing stock stuff.
Moron.
Holy cow.
Former reliever and diplomat John Rocker got into a heated exchange with Patrick Mahomes Sr. on Bourbon Street the other night. Another man got between them before he got physical, which was a good thing because Rocker looks about twice the size of the father of the Kansas City quarterback.
He's bulked
After
up.
approaching Senior all friendly-like, Mahomes slapped Rocker's hand away, which started the engagement. John ended up throwing a cup of adult beverage at the feet of the Senior, and there's been rumors the two are supposedly to fight in an amateur boxing match put together by Barstool Sports. Well, my money's on John.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a monster.
Yeah.
After the confrontation, Senior tweeted, "John Rocker is a menace to society." Well, the 50-year-old Rocker was with the Braves in 1999 and 2000. The 54-year-old Mahomes Sr. pitched for the rival Mets those 2 years, so the bad blood goes way back. And it was the Braves winning against those Mets. After a rare losing month in December for Nevada casinos when it came to NFL gambling, they made a record $22 million net on the Super Bowl alone. So they rebound.
The house wins.
Yep. Serena Williams is proud, I say, of herself for dancing her gangsta dance during the halftime show. Yeah. It's the same dance she did after winning Wimbledon and then the Olympics. It's called the Crip Dance, after the Compton, California gang. That's where Serena and Kendrick Lamar grew up. Yeah. A dance celebrating a violent gang with a great role model for her community.
Well, it's her role model, the gang dance.
Meanwhile, ESPN mouthpiece Stephen A. Smith catching a lot of heat for daring to criticize her dancing to a diss track against her former boyfriend, Drake. One tweeter wrote, "A 57-year-old unmarried man with a receding hairline who has never been married, mind you, saying he would divorce our greatest living athlete."
Oh, please.
Stephen A. now claims he wasn't attacking Serena. He was just saying what most men were thinking.
Yeah.
Horse crap.
Yeah, well, that's not exactly true.
Former Lions head coach Matt Patricia about to become the new Ohio State defensive coordinator. Your 8th place Hawks visit the 3rd place Knickerbockers tonight. Atlanta going for their 4th win in a row. Since Jalen Johnson went down for the season, defense, the key to the Hawks' success. And if you're thinking, Flounder,
we're thinking about
if
it
you're
right
thinking
now,
about betting on the Daytona 500,
I was thinking
you
about
might want to remember this song. Thanks to the Vapors for that nugget of joy. Denny Hamlin led a trio of Toyota drivers turning Japanese. Toyota claimed 5 of the top 6 spots in today's opening practice for the 500, qualifying tonight for the front row to be set for the Great American Race. But Toyota dominating right now.
For Daytona? Holy smokes. Now, what about weather? Are they getting all this rain stuff here, I wonder?
That's a good question. I'll have to ask. Let me get my notebook out for Florida weather. Oh, I don't have it with me.
I'm just curious whether there was. I'm surprised they wouldn't have met because it's. I mean, the whole country's going through a whole thing now, one way or another. I'm just kind of surprised they haven't even talked about it.
Siri, what's the weather in Daytona, Florida tonight?
The forecast is calling for partly cloudy skies, then clear skies tonight in South Daytona, Florida.
Well, that's good news.
That's fair enough. That's
Excellent.
very good news. Today in sports history, February 12th, 1878, Frederick W. Thayer patents the catcher's mask.
Oh, I have that one on my
Before that,
screen.
they stopped the ball with their face. The mask consisted of a wire frame and animal skins.
Yeah.
Or they did the Bob Uecker method where you just let it stop rolling and pick it up if it's a knuckleball. In 1942, Texarkana outfitter Gordon Houston, the first pro ball player to do what?
1942. I don't know. I can't imagine.
First ball player killed in World War II.
Oh, I'll be damned.
25-year-old minor league batting champion, became a full-time fighter pilot following the Pearl Harbor attack. Died when his Republic P-43 Lancer crashed at Washington's McCord Field. He was leading a sortie along the West Coast. They were looking for Japanese submarines.
Oh, my God.
Japanese.
Wow.
Yeah. Gordon Houston.
And again, this was a guy who served his country after the attack. The attack was in December, so we're talking about a guy who has only been an American about to be a hero for 6 or 7 weeks.
Couple months.
Yeah, less than 2 months. And the horrible thing is that soldiers will tell you that the joke is two things if you're going into battle. One, you never hear the one that gets you, and two, it's always better to get killed early so you don't have to suffer for a couple of years before it happens. Horrible things like that, but that's the mindset. And again, here's a hero who joined after 2 months later. He's out there serving his country, trying to look.
Think
for the
about
bad
it.
guys. Killed him.
He joined and was flying looking for Japanese. Let's say, a month or so after Donald Trump was elected. Think about that. Donald Trump was elected early November. December 7th is when the attack was in Pearl Harbor, and he joined after that. So it was less than the time it's been since Donald Trump was elected.
Yeah, unbelievable.
In their sports.
Thank you, sir. A couple quick other things here before the break. The first artificial ice rink opened on this day in 1879 at Madison Square Garden. Ice rink. And the 1880, the National Croquet League was organized in Philadelphia. And quick birthday here, Pete Davis. Robert Griffin III is 35. Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback for the Redskins, Browns, and Ravens. And then you just mentioned something about him recently. I forgot what it was. Didn't he make a fool of himself?
Well, it was the Falcons who ended his career. It was the Falcons that hit in the sidelines. He was never the same after the Falcons hit him because he wouldn't quit running. And he thought he could run and nothing would happen to him. He's been running his mouth lately about a lot of stuff. That's his job now to say things.
Robert Griffin III, 35 years old. 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and so much more coming right up here on 106.3. Happy Wednesday.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
As some people have called it, the end of an era. Biden is off to a memory care facility somewhere. Trump is moving into the White House. And the left, the progressives, will be going nuts. You brought this on yourself.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Compact outside, the all-electric EQB 250 Plus SUV is big on space, style, and smart ideas. With available seating for 7, a digital voice assistant, and MB navigation with electric intelligence, the EQB is born from a forward-thinking family and built for yours. Get an exceptional offer on the all-electric 2024 EQB 250 Plus SUV.
Just $359 per month for 36 months with $48.53 due at signing.
Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through February 28th, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Have you considered securing your family's future? protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademark Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Yellow Jacket fans, don't miss your chance to lock in your seat for the 2025 football season today. Next year's home slate is highlighted by the renewal of our rivalry with Clemson, as well as ACC matchup versus Pitt, Syracuse, and Virginia Tech. Into the end zone! Touchdown! Haynes King! All hail the King! Support head coach Brent Key and the Jackets on game day by visiting RamblingWreck.com/tickets to get your season tickets today. Sting 'em.
5:35, Kimmer, Pete, and the Flounder. We got a long one on a musical note here today. 1967, 15 cops raided Redlands, the West Sussex home of the Rolling Stone Keith Richards during a weekend party. The cops were armed with a search warrant. The Dangerous Drugs Act took away various substances for forensic tests. They apparently, wait a minute. Here we go. They apparently included heroin, hashish, pills, and Mick Jagger's naked girlfriend, Marianne Faithfull. George and Patty Harrison had been at the house. It was said the police waited for them to leave before they raided the place in order not to bust the holder of an MBE British Empire award. Jagger and Richards were both sentenced to several months of hard time, but they appealed and got their sentences overturned by the end of the year. Okay, this was 1967. And the naked Marianne Faithfull. I love the way they put that in there. Anyway, phone calls take priority. For the phones, it's Millennial Fuddy Duddy. Hey, Millennial Fuddy Duddy, how's it going?
Going good, Kimmer. Just listening to your show on a hump day here.
Excellent. Thanks very much. Yes, sir. Doing great. What's up?
Well, I'm listening. I was listening to you earlier. You mentioned the press conference that President Trump has tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, if the deep state were a vampire, I think President Trump would be garlic, daylight, and a stake through the heart all at once.
Yeah, a great big steak. Yeah, I believe it.
And I just say that because I really want to encourage your audience to pray for him. I mean, he's really doubled down and taken these people on. And if you remember back in Butler, Pennsylvania, July 13th, it hasn't even been a year yet since that happened.
That's right.
It's important to pray for his safety.
I agree.
So that's all I wanted to.
Great point. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you brought that up. I don't think we think about that enough. And the fact of the matter is Donald Trump got religion after that happened. He got shot in the face and he said he changed. He said it changed me. It really did change him.
Got breaking news here.
And thank you, Millennial Funny. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Repeat. Go ahead.
What Pam Bondi has just done? Is that what you're about to do?
No, you go ahead. I think I got a
Pam
different
Bondi
one.
announces charges have been filed against the state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul, and Attorney General Letitia James for failing to enforce immigration law.
Outstanding.
Prioritizing illegal aliens over American citizens. That stops today.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. And she got that $59 million back. Clawed that back, they call it.
No, that's Kristi Noem that did that.
Oh, Kristi Noem did that too, yeah. Pam Bondi, Attorney General, is the one who's now. So again, that's what they have to do. Fight back with arrest warrants and subpoenas and make them testify under oath. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, fight back with everything we've got. Because this is nonsense. So if you missed the hearing today, this morning, I got to listen to about an hour before I came in. I was doing stuff at home, and I mean, these freaking Democrats literally were saying that it's not fair that an unelected billionaire who doesn't care about his own company, will not elect his own company, is only trying to take the lunch money away from your children and trying to stop your grandmother from getting her benefits from Social Security. I swear to God, they actually said words just like that all day long. They're just protecting billionaires with unelected officials who are trying to take away the benefits that people have earned over the years. It's lying and gaslighting and more divisive. I just want to punch them in the face. I mean, the nerve of these people. And that slimy Crockett chick, black woman from Texas with zebra glasses on, actually had the nerve to say an unelected billionaire has occupied the Oval Office. I never thought I'd see the day when an unelected billionaire has occupied the Oval Office, talking about Elon Musk. And again, that thing we covered live yesterday when he was in there with his 4-year-old boy running around, who was the hit of the show, by the way, and Elon Musk talking about the mine shafts. Remember that? About how you can only retire a certain number of people because they have to take the letters by hand into a mine shaft and hand take care. Oh, my God. I mean, who knew that? I mean, this is unbelievable. Now, God.
Did you see at one point the kid had his finger in his nose?
Yeah, he's a 4-year-old boy. And by the way,
wait a minute. Somebody was mining Bitcoin.
And by the way, think about that kid's future. I mean, think about his memories as a 4-year-old in the Oval. No big deal. Just like going to the gym, or going to the park, or going to school, going to the cafeteria, see your friends. I mean, my God. Anyway, I just think it's freaking hysterical. 540, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. A quick birthday thing I wanted to mention too. Joe Don Baker, Sheriff Buford Pusser, in the original 1973 version of Walking Tall. The Rock played the remake in 2004. Joe Don Baker is 89, and Joe Don Baker is also only one of a handful of actors to play both a Bond villain and a Bond ally. Yeah. He was an arms dealer fighting Timothy Dalton in The Living Daylights, but he was a CIA agent helping Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. And one of the great movies that I haven't seen in probably 30 years, I'll bet you, called Charlie Varick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Charlie
Walter Matthau.
With Walter Matthau starred, and it was about gangsters and they're trying to kill them and hitmen and exploding cars and Sherry North was in it as the girl, and John Vernon, the guy who had been on double secret probation from Animal House, he was in it. And Joe Don Baker at one point, as I recall, is a hitman, and when he gets to the place where Sherry North is working there, and then I believe he does something like he says, "Now let's see what's underneath those clothes," and just grabs her and takes her into the bedroom. I mean, it's just, but what a great movie it was, and the ending. Oh man! I would never want to spoil it. It's called Charlie Varick. It's the name, Charlie Varick. And if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie. You can find it. Okay. 5 o'clock hour, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers. Luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. They have a store to drop by in Sandy Springs, or go to LeeBrandt.com, by the way. 542, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. And on this day in 1931, Dracula opened in theaters. based on the 1924 stage play Dracula starring Bela Lugosi. Adopted from the Bram Stoker novel in 1897 called Dracula, the first sound film version was 1931. Bela Lugosi previously played a role on Broadway. There was a silent version in Spanish starring Carlos Villares as Conde Dracula. The English and Spanish versions were filmed together using the same sets, but the English version was filmed during the day and the Spanish version was filmed during the night. Universal Pictures, first in a long string of Dracula monster movies, had been playing the role. Lugosi was not the first choice for the character, nor was a second or third. Newspapers said that some people fainted in shock at the horror on the screen of Dracula, which pleased Universal as it helped to assure them the film would be a huge hit. The blessing and a curse for Lugosi, though, who became forever tied to the character of Lugosi. His last role was for Plan 9 from Outer Space in 1959, directed by the famous Ed Wood, and is considered one of the worst movies ever made.
There was a scene in that movie where he attacks Renfield, his manservant, basically, and they cut it out, saying he could only attack women because there was no homosexual overtones allowed.
Yeah, again, this is 1931 we're talking. Holy smokes. 544. Oh, by the way, it'd also be remiss if I didn't mention Black History Month. We really haven't paid much attention to some of the heroes of the movement. For example, George Loose Shoes Watley. George was the first person to sneak an entire dinner into a movie theater. So that was kind of the, again, you don't want to not, you don't want to bypass those things. Oh, by the way, this is kind of cool. Pete Davis found this story, if I could only find it. The Freemasons, a couple of secrets on the Freemasons. I don't know why they're coming forward with this stuff, but now TikTok has changed everything. TikTok is going. They have junior Freemason clubs in London with several thousands of followers on TikTok. They're posting things about what Freemasons really mean. It's not their special handshake is not some cloak and dagger mystery. It's a purely ceremonial gesture representing trust, unity, and the values of fraternity. The 4 cardinal virtues of the Freemasons are temperance, fortitude, prudence, and justice, the same as those in classical philosophy. The media secretary explains that Freemasonry is not a religion, but instead designed to sit alongside faith. There are 3 degrees of Freemasonry, the 3 degrees to teach the life lessons and how to apply them in your everyday life so you don't become just a better person of yourself, but help a better person in society. Now, a couple quick things. Explainer videos. They released some things on TikTok. Why Freemasons wear white gloves. It's a symbol of purity and innocence, importance of maintaining a clean and virtuous life in both action and thought. All members, regardless of rank or position, wear the same white gloves during ceremonies and meetings. Another explainer. The blazing star symbol of Freemasons, the striving for higher ideals and virtues, seek wisdom and understanding in your lives. The lambskin aprons, the profound symbol of purity, moral integrity, and the journey of self-improvement that every Freemason undertakes. Members swear, one quick thing, members swear an oath that threatens them with having my throat cut across, my tongue torn out by its roots, and buried in the rough sands of the sea at low water mark, unquote, if it is broken. To this vow, they take the vow blindfolded, bare-chested, and nooses around their necks and a dagger aimed at their heart. And in 10 seconds, some of the Freemasons, 2 million of them. Winston Churchill, Kings Edward VII and Edward VIII. Winston Churchill, Rudyard Kipling, Arthur Conan Doyle, Jack the Ripper Winston Churchill. Jack the Ripper was protected from conviction because he was a Freemason and they wouldn't testify against him.
Allegedly, yeah.
Are they the ones who put a snake in your mailbox or have little funny cars? I can't remember which.
Was Winston Churchill on that list?
Winston Churchill, yes, sir. The statesman Winston Churchill and the Duke of Wellington. Yeah. 546. Give her Pete.
My grandfather was a Freemason.
No, see, there, and for good reason, too. The fine folks in Mississippi and elsewhere here.
Arkansas
and everything else. All right, give her Pete and Flounder.
You're so close.
But very close.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Go beyond a baseball game with your Atlanta Braves and check out Truist Park's Ballpark Tour. See the ballpark like never before and explore the franchise's rich history with artifacts, exhibits, and more, led by tour guides who will take you to places behind the scenes that most fans never have seen before, including the press box, premium club spaces, and of course, step onto the field where your favorite Braves players battle it out during the season. And each tour comes with a complimentary player chain necklace. Fans will also have access to the Braves Clubhouse starting February 17th through March 22nd. And did you know Truist Park also offers the opportunity to host birthday parties? The birthday package includes a private tour of the ballpark, birthday invitation template, special gift for the birthday child, and goodie bags for all the kids. Upgrades like a visit from the Braves mascot blooper are also available. Visit braves.com/tours to book a tour or a birthday party today.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Kevin McAlpin here alongside Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan, heard right here on Extra 106.3. And Evan, many Americans think having a well-funded 401k means they will have a comfortable retirement. But the question I have is that really all we need?
Kevin, that's a great question. The way the analogy I use is it's like having a really, really good play in your game. But a good play isn't a game plan. That'll work once. It's limited. What we want is a plan, a game plan throughout the entire course of your retirement that we know is set you up for success. 401ks are a great savings tool, but they're not a plan. They're a play. And so what we do is we put together an income plan as well as an investment plan to make sure that you are taking the stress out of your retirement. You've worked too long, too hard. You've made all the right decisions, sacrificed to get to this point. You've got it down to the 1 yard line. Now you need a game plan to finish it off, and that's what we provide.
And let's be honest, we stress for 30, 40 years in the workforce. That's the last thing you want to have to deal with when you get to retirement, right?
Of course, the whole point, our philosophy is let's take the stress out of retirement so that you know this new phase of your life is going to be the thing you've been working so long to enjoy.
That's the last thing you want when it comes to your retirement is stress. If it sounds like you, pick up the phone, call Evan and the team at Atlas Retirement today for a complimentary 401k X-ray. That number is 678-736-7799. 678-736-7799. Or get more details anytime online. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now the security riddle of the day. When times get tough, where do you keep your stuff? Answer, in a quality safe from the Safe House, of course. Don't go to a big box store and get a fake safe. That would be as effective as Joe Biden's fake border policy. For over 30 years, the Safe House has been providing the best quality safes on the market. Brands like Browning, Fort Knox, and Champion. And with the largest selection of safes on display in Georgia, we're confident we can help you pick the right safe to fit your needs. So drop by our huge showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
And she said, just because you become a young man, still some things that you don't understand.
Love Motown, baby.
You ask some girl for a hand now. Keep your freedom
What a huge song this is.
My mama told me, you better shop around. Oh, yeah, you better shop around.
You better shop around, baby. 1961. Holy smokes. Motown was a monster change from the, early rock and roll stuff. What a great sound. The Miracles, 1961, Motown Records' first million-selling single. Was also the label's first #1 hit on the Billboard R&B chart. In the following 10 years, the Miracles would have 6 more million sellers. And that was also the start of the real shoo-bop, shabop stuff with the dancing, chorus guys. And it's just what a fun time. Motown stuff, man. Our birthday list includes Maude Adams. Maude Adams is the only Bond girl to star in 2 007 movies. She is 80 years old. Maude Adams in 1974 played Andrea Anders in The Man with the Golden Gun, and then in 83, she was a title character in Octopussy. Both were Roger the Spaghetti Arm Moore movies, one of the worst examples of a dab. I mean, he was a dashing and dapper, debonair, but he was hardly a secret agent, could kill you with his finger,
And he said that. He says, I'm not the guy like Sean Connery who looks you can beat you up. I have to use a little more humor. Yeah. But Octopussy was and one of the few Bond films that actually had an exciting ending to it.
Yeah, and not only that, and by the way, when I was retired down in Florida, in Palm Beach County, not far from Mar-a-Lago, I would ride my Harleys around and on the boat, on the dock there one time, several times I would see along the pier, over those bridges in West Palm Beach, and there was a great big black huge custom yacht, and it was named Octopussy. And I wonder if I didn't know. I never found out if there was a connection, in fact, from the actual movie or the guy or whatever. Anyway, Maude Adams is 80. And one more quick birthday. Judy Blume. Are you there, God? It's me, Vodka. No, I'm sorry. It's me, Margaret. Judy Blume is 87. The book Super Fudge, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. And Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. Judy Blume, 87 years old. Okie dokie. Let's see. A couple of things here. What I was going to do. I'll bet you know the name. I'll bet, Flounder, I'll bet you do not. The name of Bishop Fulton Sheen. You ever heard that name, Flounder? No, he's busy.
He's not.
Peter,
go ahead. What now?
I'm sorry. The name Bishop Fulton Sheen. Have you ever heard that name? The Bishop Fulton Sheen, as a baby boomer, everybody would know the name if you're of my age. You may not know exactly what it is, but everybody knew the name Bishop Fulton Sheen because he did a TV series called Life is Worth Living. On this day in 1952, Bishop Fulton Sheen, the Archbishop later, one of the most successful religious TV shows ever, the most widely viewed religious series in the history of television, was followed by a similar series starring Bishop Fulton Sheen in the 50s into the late 60s, and did the radio program The Catholic Hour. Now, we were not Catholic, but everybody knew Bishop Fulton Sheen. He was on the news. He was an advisor. He was like before Billy Graham. I mean, he was kind of the predecessor, really, for the evangelical sort of mass media.
I wouldn't say Catholic is evangelical.
No, that's a mistake. I meant popularity-wise.
Voice of morality.
A televised mass media force of doing the right thing kind of thing. Anyway, that was 1952. Okay, 5:57. Holy cow. Geez, we're almost out of time. I can't believe. Yeah. Oh my God, we're almost out of time. A lot of things. Too many things are going on. For example, Donald Trump has now fired more people in the U.S. aid. The Department of Justice is now suing New York. Pete mentioned Pam Bondi. Attorney General is going after Hochul, the governor of New York, and the Attorney General Letitia James over their sanctuary status. The more they try to interrupt every single day what Donald Trump is doing, the more we need to nail them and go into court every single time. We'll find our own judges to get their own restraining orders, to overturn their restraining orders. I mean, this whole thing is freaking nonsense. I mean, it's really appalling. And by the way, if you miss a news coverage today, Donald Trump was saying when he first got Elon Musk, and I love the way he's just doing it for hours. He's meeting Open the Press and is covered live. I mean, it's unbelievable. What a breath of fresh air. Every single day he's telling you what's going on. You're seeing it live. And Elon Musk started out with 12 Musketeers. He's now got over 100. Can you imagine what they're going to find? There's now over 100 geniuses are going through the files, baby. And he was bragging about it today. And he's going to have Donald Trump teased a news conference tomorrow where he's going to name names and who got billions of dollars and never should have. How about a Flounders Funny to start that off for tomorrow as a
Sorry
team.
if I seem uncomfortable up here. It is not because I'm nervous. It is because I was homeschooled. So permanently uncomfortable. Homeschool did not work. I just know all the stuff my mom knows. Turns out that was not enough. But homeschool's hard. Not academically so much, but socially it's tough. I didn't know any girls growing up. I just knew my sister. And she was off limits.
Who is that there, Flounder?
Mr. Andrew Stanley, a new guy.
My goodness, I love it. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Tomorrow's Thursday. Are we ever having any luck again trying to get our buddy Shannon Burke down in Florida?
Still troubleshooting that, but we're going to get him back on.
We'll try it. We'll see if we can
definitely will.
Anyway, I'm not worried about it. It'll be fun. Anyway, boys, have a great day. Be careful driving out there. Once again, flooding stuff until at least through the morning, apparently. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's only me. I got to go. You're killing me. Sing me home, Christine. Baby. Valentine's Day is Friday.
Streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. XTRA 106.3.